Hello and welcome everyone to another fantastic Sunday here on the Exploding Dice channel. My name is Askren and it's almost like I just saw you a couple hours ago. And that's because I did. I did just see you a couple hours ago, back when we were doing our Dungeon Master show, but we are back now. Welcome everyone. Welcome AC, Grinny, Someone to Be, Judo Killer, all you guys. Good to see you. Welcome to Mouseguard, the Dark Spring, our little Mouseguard adventure here every week. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna ramble. I'm just gonna hand it over to Four to be the master of ceremonies, because I have, actually, I think I gotta type up real quick. Four, tell us what we're gathered here to do and what is going on. You are in command now. You have the helm. I just realized no one heard any of that because I didn't turn the mics on. So they were just looking at us, just staring, just as Four just mumbled nothing.
I see.
Four has facial hair today.
I told him to keep it growing. I said he's gonna rock it.
Yeah.
Don't think I didn't notice.
I don't know, dude.
Come on,
I'm not sure.
You can't look at that mustache coming in and tell me he's not gonna rock that. He's gonna look like Inigo Montoya.
It's a bold look.
It's true.
Cause you got
It
the
is
long
bold.
hair. Your hair is like longer than mine now.
Oh, he's gonna look exactly like Geddy Lee.
We've like reverse roles.
You have the round glasses for it and everything.
I was not prepared for Mouseguard to start like this. Anyways, hello. We are playing Mouseguard. This is a role-playing game. If you don't know what those are, you should
Probably
stick around.
Probably take your
Yes.
dementia medication.
I-
What? If you don't know what those
It's
are,
a great role. It's a
lost.
great role-playing aid. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, you're probably lost and
But
confused.
yeah. Oh man. But Mouseguard is about tiny little mice, this big, living in a world as big as we see it outside, except they are completely lost in that big open stretch of wilderness where snakes, weasels, hawks, and all sorts of other predators and natural disasters are waiting to happen for these tiny little intelligent and cunning micey mice. But thankfully, they have some stretch of hope. They're clever. They're pretty smart. They can build towns, they can fortify, they can harvest food for themselves, but still, all those previous threats are still as dire as one might imagine. But thankfully, there is the Mouseguard, who are a force of rangers, scientists, and warriors who work to basically make sure that the mouse territories are absolutely as safe as they can be for the several towns and settlements that operate independently. That's generally the gist of things. That's all you need to know as we start moving forward into the Dark Spring. It is spring season still
Fantastic.
in the game, surprisingly.
We're gonna go around really quick and introduce our cast and remind ourselves who everyone is playing. But before we do that, just a couple quick things. First, guys, if you have not already, go ahead and hit that retweet link. Tell all your friends to come join us. That we're going to be having a good time playing the mice games. Dice Thulu has the link for you right there. Of course. You guys, if you want to get involved in the game yourself, give our players some natural 20s, inspiration, recovery, extra dice, things like that. You can do that via the link right there, or you can of course hit that subscribe button or check out the Patreon link. All of that will help you out, helping these players out. And then I think we have a bunch of announcements that we're gonna push to the end of the show because we wanna dive right into things here. Oblivion Moonboy, hello. Well, thank you for joining us and welcome to the madness. All right, so why don't we go around and remind ourselves who we are and who we're playing. Let's start on this side of me, right here, with Ms. Leslie. She's over here somewhere.
Hello. My name is Leslie, or simply Jackson. I just ate some spicy food, so I'm having some sniffly moments. Great. I am a variety broadcaster. I used to do it creative only. Now I do games creative and sometimes talk show whenever I feel like it and people feel like showing up. I played Junie, our youngest and tender paw mouse. And she's pretty curious with everybody. She likes everybody so far, and she is not afraid to throw some dukes, as we've learned recently. So, just saying. That's all I got for you.
Oh, man.
Thanks for being here.
Well, you forgot to mention how goddamn adorable she is.
Junie's pretty cute. She's pretty cute.
Also, what is going on, Metamancer? Thank you for the host. I know they're just coming off their Call of Cthulhu game. Welcome, everyone coming over from the Meta channel. Loken, Mango, welcome, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Welcome to Mouse Guard, and let us know how Cthulhu went. I want to hear all about that. Of course, we are absent a drunkly at the moment, but that is fine. We're getting one shipped in from the moon very, very soon. That's actually why it's so big in the
Just
sky
like new.
right now.
Just like new.
Yeah, they're getting one delivered. It's 2-day delivery, Amazon.
Extra cheese.
But we do have 100% more Bronze Girl.
Hello, I'm that bronze girl, and I play Brienne Thimblebucket. She is a top brown Spitfire.
I'm
who
with
thinks
it.
she's a hedgehog.
That's no more needed. I don't know why. I don't know why anyone would need more than that.
Distinct, so that 4 can do his glorious GMing abilities. And I'm rambling.
Well, I am
That's all.
playing Tynan Trail Chaser, and the only thing you need to know about Tynan is that he is the abbot to this party's Costello. And he's scared of wolves. Take it away 4.
Previously, we well, actually, I think this is going to be a big recap because Leslie, you've unfortunately, Junie's been sort of in a bit of a headspace, hasn't she?
Junie's been in a headspace, but I'm an aunt now, so I'm super excited to celebrate that with my family.
Oh, I saw the picture, I think, right? Wait, did you post the picture on Twitter?
I had to wait till it was like okay, because for some reason my sister-in-law was like, everybody's gonna know. I was like, nobody on my Twitter knows who the hell you are, but that's fine. We'll wait. So
Don't make
big.
my baby internet famous.
Don't
You
show the
could be
baby
like
again.
me and accidentally spoil someone's partnership.
Oh no! Well, I did have somebody. I posted like a picture.
When they like host you and you're like, "Hey, congratulations on partnership," and everyone's like, "Oh,
What?
Cassie just got partnered," and I'm like, "Tell your audience."
Oh, man.
Yeah. No, I did have somebody message me though and go, "Are you going to be a mom?" And I was like,
Yeah, you are. We're gonna have a baby, Leslie. Didn't you know that?
"You're right. You're right. I definitely have a food baby, and it's."
I got it. No, I have it right here. They gave it to
It's a
me.
spicy one.
Con. A beautiful little brown baby.
Oh my God. So yeah, big recap for Junie coming in because I have no idea what's been going on for 2 weeks.
So you don't hug people.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Come home knocked up. Gotta leave
So,
room for
do
the
your-
Holy Spirit.
Oh man, we talked about spirits last time. It was amazing. Junie, you've been traveling with your patrol. You guys left Pebblebrook after successfully bringing back the governor's daughter, who is a bandit queen apparently, and she also has a weasel boyfriend who apparently is the son of Rampal, who turns out to be the guy who kind of went to war against the territories a few years back. It was nothing big, just, almost wiping out the entire mouse civilization in the middle of winter. But you guys decided to follow up on the spring that Bailey had been mapping out and sort of trying to find out what was bringing these wolves in, supposedly. And once you guys arrived at the spring, after using a few dark heather tunnels to sort of sneak through instead of going over land, you guys discovered that there was a dead moose just sitting there next to the spring. And it was quite a sight, because being mice, the sight of a moose corpse is a horrifying and harrowing sight for something so large being brought down. You can see the work of these wolves, and you can't help but feel a little bit of fear for what might happen if they get across the territory line, which is, fortified by a scent border, which, it smells bad. So they're like, no, I'd rather not. The fun thing that happened next was your patrol met a few bats, and they also met a raven. No, a crow. I don't want to mistake them. A crow by the name of Manners, who took to Brienne Thimblebucket and the rest of you. You kind of struck an accord with the bats.
I was gonna say, please tell me the bats are like Batty from Ferngully, and he's all like, "I'm Batty." Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do, but I cannot. I'm still not over Robin Williams, so I just can't.
Oh, I know.
I can't. But yeah. Then you guys decided, well, gosh, we want to find, the ferret who's trying to meet with Bailey and try to organize something. She goes by the name of Anivery, and she turns out to be one of the chief captains during the Winter War for Rampal. But oddly enough, she seems to be working with Bailey, who is a mouse guard, doing the spring thing, trying to do something about these wolves. You sort of ventured a little ways away westward from the spring and met a opossum mother named Miss Poe, says Manners. She did not seem keen on helping you guys, and you had to find her lost child because he fell off her hip. He didn't hold on tight enough. And then after that, Brienne got a little more hedgehoggy, and she led you guys towards a hole that leads into Dark Heather. But just as you guys approached, you heard the sounds of what might have been a struggle deeper there under this these stone stairs that lead down, including what sounds like a group of weasels trying to subdue Anivery, and that's kind of where we picked up.
Mm-hmm. You also missed the part where did you say about the owl? I didn't hear
the owl. Oh yeah, there's an owl, it wanted to eat the baby. So did Manners, but you ran away.
Manners wanted to eat the baby too, and
Manners wanted to eat the baby too.
Yeah, almost let him eat the baby. I feel like Leslie would have been disappointed.
I think he earned it.
So Manners had no manners.
Well, he asked nicely.
Yeah, he did. He was very nicely like, "Can I eat the baby?" And I was like, "I'll give you this marble instead." And he was like, "But that baby looks really yummy." And I was like, "It does. That's a yummy baby." But we didn't feed him the baby.
You could. That's fine.
Yeah.
We thought about it. She had a lot of them. She had like 11 babies.
I'm surprised she even
she was covered
in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of babies on her.
Well, good. No baby eating this time.
I love opossums.
With their ridiculous, faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she hissed at you guys.
Yeah.
Isn't it like in Australia that possums are super cute and then you show them an American possum? I had a conversation with one of my viewers about possums and they were like, "What the hell are you talking about? Possums are super cute." And then if you look up an Australian possum, they actually are really cute.
I was going to say,
when we tell horror stories, they don't understand it.
I was going to say, are you sure they don't think it's cute because everything else in Australia is horrible?
No, here, I'll show you. They almost like this is what they look like.
And they look kind of like lemurs a little bit.
Yeah, so when we talk about possums in America, and we're like, "Oh, they're like creepy, like."
They are.
I mean, that's not creepy.
But that's not as creepy as an American possum with like a rat tail. American possums that's the only
Thor's
thing.
like, I'm taking offense to the Brad Talk.
I caught a
No,
possum in my
I'm-
backyard that was like this big, and it was in like a metal trap, and it was like not fun to get rid of.
yeah,
They'll
no,
like run off dogs here and
American
Yeah,
possum.
you know, it was giant, and it was in this
That's
big
a
like
big
metal cage trap, and it was like flailing around and hissing and not happy.
stuff.
No, they are not happy when
Ever.
they're in cage traps. No, they get happy.
That's adorable.
They
That
just-
little thing is adorable.
And you're gonna compare
that little thing is adorable.
you're gonna compare that to this demon, this Helly. You're gonna tell me that like
You're.
one
I
of
feel
those
like. Hold on. I feel like.
kiss yourself, and the other one's cute.
I feel like you're insulting Thor on a personal level because possums are his spirit animal.
Really?
I am a hard advocate for the North American opossum, but I understand why some folks have a little overview and don't understand them. They do have a
That's
they do
lovely.
I know. You can't compare babies to adults because the babies are still cute too.
I mean, that's still like it's still shrieking at you like
I
a
mean,
banshee.
He has
but
to stand his
cute.
ground.
when you have 11 children, you have to be that ugly bitch.
That little baby possum looks. It looks like a little lion trying to roar and just being like, "No, come on, you're too small."
Adorable.
Mm,
Too much.
mm.
This
But no,
conversation.
this is the beauty of Mouse Guard. Help me. I don't know. It's up to you guys to decide what you do next.
Material.
Oh, absolutely. We are nature advocates here.
So are we? Did you guys decide to charge in and help out, or are you gonna try?
Yeah, that's where we left it.
just arrived at this den,
Okay.
so we haven't actually gone down into it. We kind
Okay.
of we actually I believe we cut it just at the player's turn, correct?
We did. And
I want to fight
we-
again.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Judy got to taste her blood. She's
It's
like,
been
"We
a
don't
while
face
since we fought something.
It has been a while. So here's the thing. I know that Bronze has a total of 3 checks. Askren, you have 2. Junie, do you have any conditions, by the way, Leslie?
Let me check.
Because
Yeah. Apparently, I'm still hungry and thirsty and injured.
We all got hungry and thirsty last session.
Yeah, but I think because you've been missing a few sessions, the game sort of allows you to sort of recover from an injury. So I'd say
Okay.
go ahead and get rid of your injured because you've been sort of like taking us like you've been like guys, that's a dead moose. I'm gonna have a seat.
I'm just gonna watch you guys. Look at that. That's great.
I'm gonna.
I can give you one of my checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you have one free check for your player's turn, and yeah, you guys can share your checks however you want for this. Whatever happens next.
Okay.
But yeah, it's totally in your avenue right now.
Okay.
We've had very strange GM's turns.
So before, just describe what, like, I don't quite remember what we were going
Yeah.
into a tree, I think. Or den.
It's sort of like where the pine tree clearing is sort of covered in these pine needles, and there's a mound that is trying to hide what looks like what might have been at one time a more regal entrance and exit into Dark Heather, because you can see there's stone carvings on the walls that go down. There's stone steps, but there's also some like ruined structure to it. Like you imagine there might have been some statues or some sort of like fabric, a tapestry that might have been hanging on the walls here, just sort of as a display. But you definitely see that dirt and moss and pine needles have sort of like fallen into this den, essentially.
All right.
And you, But
And
yeah.
we can hear some voices that sounds like an altercation below.
Yes, you hear, or rather, you heard one weasel sort of try to wrestle with someone, and you heard him say,
Knivery, it's about time you stop this struggling. Perhaps Rampo will be kind.
and another saying,
Get her arms straight. We can't have her flailing like that.
Looks
All right.
like we got
And again,
some
you can
weasel
hear-
ass to kick. Oh yes.
It's, yeah, it's
"Mm."
they're with Rampal.
Well, that means we're gonna go lay the whoop on him.
So we 100% know it's Rampal.
Well, we just heard them say
Yeah.
like something
They're-
about bringing her to Rampal.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
abducting her.
Do we think this is the only way out of the place, or do we would not have any reliable reason to believe that?
You don't have any reliable info other than the opossum who is still with you at this moment, but she's realizing there's
Right.
something going on down there, and she's backing away.
Okay, then first I will whisper to Miss Poe. I say, "Is this the only entrance?"
She gives a quick nod as she starts hustling up a trunk, sort of calling over her shoulder.
Yes, this is
Uh,
the only one. They've torn down the rest.
okay. Brienne, that you get that side of the tunnel. I'll get this side of the tunnel. Junie, you get the top of the tunnel.
I'll go first, says Manners.
Uh,
Oh,
No, Manners. From the tree, you come down.
Aerial
like a-
advantage.
Yeah, you gotta swoop down like a beautiful crane plucking a salmon right out of the ocean.
I'm-
he just like really just is
Assassin
taken
is
aback.
bigger than he is.
Like, I am not a crane.
So
Bald eagle.
so if they're
If only. If only.
Field mouse.
if they're gonna drag a Nivery out of here, I'm basically positioning the three of us and I guess Manners around the exit here so we can just catch them by surprise.
Mhm. Okay, so as you guys go ahead and spend a check to hide.
To set up this ambush.
Yes. So I think all of you can. You could. Here's what we could do. We could do a big scout check, or everybody could roll one nature check to hide with your mouse nature.
I mean, I've got 2 in Scout.
Let me hold on.
If we wanna do backing
let me
and
check
stuff, so.
right here.
Because otherwise, it's going to be a versus test.
I've got 3 in scout.
Okay.
Right. So this is going to be a versus test against the weasels as they make their way up.
Okay.
So go ahead and get your dice ready.
What's up?
I just want to fight him.
Yeah, we're ambushing. We're ambushing them.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get the advantage point.
Yeah, like, if
I was
this-
gonna roll
if this
in there
test-
like a place.
Just duck over your spines and roll in like a big bowling ball.
Yeah, I just got more hedgehoggy.
You can. I mean, hey, if that's part of our ambush,
I
sure.
was gonna
Yes.
bowl him down with my sheer.
Maybe you
Yes.
should be on top and I'll be on the other side. And if you want a bowling ball,
So we box them in, and you just roll right
and you
down
just
into
roll
the
right
tunnel.
on top
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, sit on him.
All right.
It's very effective.
All right. So
Bangarang.
so I'm using my scout check to sort of mask our scent and disguise us in the leaves. Who has some bonus? Who has some helpers here?
I can back with Scout. So
Juicy.
I can back with Trapwise, I think. Can I back with
That-
Trapwise?
yeah,
This is a trap.
we are
Heck
definitely
yeah.
trapping.
That's all I've got. I got Trapwise.
Sweet.
You've got more than that. It's okay.
Well, it's like stealthy stuff. I don't have a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
What about do we get like? Is anyone else, or is it just them?
I think Quinn can help with
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Quinn, what do you have? I don't care. I'll cook something. That's what Drunkly would
Can
say.
I make a stealth potion?
He actually has Starwise. It's a bit sad that he's not here to use it for the first time, but I'll go ahead and say he sort of says, "Oh, the Starwise, yeah, yeah." I'd say I think he did. It's there. So he's sort of like knows days. Like, oh my gosh, and it's good with the moon tonight, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm ready whenever you are. They're rolling 6 dice.
I guess
Manners cannot help.
I guess I am too, and I can add some personas there, right? Personas.
Do we have our list of free
games
still or anything? The player donations? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, we still have a few there.
All right. I'm gonna add one from my donation bucket and one from my own persona pool to bring it up to 8d6.
Well, I just rolled 3 successes with these weasels, as they seem to have been successful.
We rolled 5 successes.
Okay, so here's what happens. You guys start taking position. What does this ambush look like initially? Like how you set it up.
So what I assume is that we're basically like we're ducking down like this because it's like a collapsed tunnel kind of thing, right? Down into like a burrow down into the ground. So I assume there's probably like a tree or something, like it's on a slight slope, because that's where burrows usually are. So Brienne will be hiding like just above the tunnel, so she can use gravity and her bulk to drop down onto the tunnel itself and onto anyone coming out. Junie and I will kind of be crouched in the leaves, like with sword and staff, just ready to kind of pop out and swing on them. And I guess if Manners wants to down from the tree, he is more than welcome to. That's that's it.
That's looking pretty epic. As you guys lie in wait, you can hear their voices getting closer, as well as their claws on the stone floor as they climb and begin to emerge. You hear a female voice sort of growl.
Rampo won't like this. I'm the chief captain of the Winter War. They'll have all your tales. You'll see.
And you see this figure, a little bit smaller than the other weasels here, get shoved forward, and she trips over her what looks like some like long silk garments that she's wearing as she sort of trips forward and just falls into the pine needles face first. And you see 3 tall weasels circle around her, one of them with rope attached to her bound arms. He sort of gives this cackle and says,
you haven't realized. This is how things are now. You know how many gaps there are for people like us? Listen, I know you want good things for your kind, but you gotta learn. You gotta learn when to work with the system. And the way to do that is to be part of it. Now get up. I'm going back.
And you see them start to drag her along. You see one other weasel seems to have confiscated 2 long swords that are titanic to you, but they are much smaller and thinner than the thick scimitars that the other weasels carry, and they begin to move past you, apparently not noticing anything of oddity.
When they as they're coming up the did he freeze? Is it just me? Oh no.
No.
Oh wait, I hear him.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I
Are
can
you
hear
all
your
right,
voice.
Am I here?
There you
I'm
are.
totally here. Hello.
There you are. Okay.
Hi.
Oh no.
Am I still here? What's going
Okay.
on?
You're good.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
You're kind of partial robot for, but it's okay.
Hi.
Trapped between dimensions.
Is that?
It's not much better.
Oh.
Although this frozen face that I'm getting is pretty perfect.
I know.
It was kind of this like.
Mm, I don't like it.
You're good now, as far as I can tell.
Should I? I'm good. I'm
Nope.
good now.
I spoke
No.
too soon.
The Simply JXN should be Simply Jinxed It.
That jinxed it.
Mm. Maybe I should leave the call and return.
I
No,
don't
maybe
know.
I shouldn't.
I like this low frame rate 4. It's like 4, but in an FMV from the 90s.
My dream
I love
has
it.
come true.
Okay. So I think we might be stable-ish.
guy.
We'll see how it goes.
Stable-ish.
Stable-ish. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So give us a
Tell-
run. Before,
Tell me.
Okay. Before we spring our trap, give me a rundown of how these people are laid out as they're coming out the tunnel.
So there's one weasel in front of you guys.
Mhm.
Then a Nivery. The weasel holding the bonds, sort of making sure that she understands that there's really no escape at this point.
Yeah.
And then a weasel close behind him, carrying the weapons that they confiscated from her.
All right. Trying to think what would be the okay. Can we pop up and swing on the front guy? You're muted, so I can't hear you.
Yes, that sounds excellent.
All right. I assume that would be the start of our conflict. It's up to you whether that how we get how that surprise manifests.
I think that we should attack him, but then Braun should wait for the last guy to come out and sit on him since he's got weapons.
Right. I feel like no, we're gonna attack this guy. The guy in the back's gonna
Okay.
come up, and she could just right down on top of him.
Body slam.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
So
from the
this
top
is
row,
really
like wrestling
interesting.
Style from the top row.
Banzai!
Full, like body Hulk Hogan leg drop.
You belly flop.
People's
my
elbow.
God.
Yeah.
That's amazing because these weasels are like so much bigger than you.
Well, I got a lot of momentum and I got a little bit. I have perk fat and I'm gonna use that perk.
Mm.
Not a
She
drawback.
hits
Alright.
terminal velocity quickly.
Yeah.
So we could do this a number of ways. Number one, we could just do a conflict, and I would give you guys absurd advantage for the first volley.
I like the conflict.
I think conflict's fine.
Do it.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out
Okay.
of them.
I'm stupid.
Oh,
They don't
bah.
respect women. They don't respect women. 20.
No.
We gotta
No,
go
they
after
don't.
them.
All right.
So,
let me-
you guys are a team. Here's what we need to do. We need to get disposition ready.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and roll for our boys, the weasels. They have a fighter of that many, and they're all helping. Okay, let's see what their disposition is. Jesus Christ. All right.
Wow. That's good.
Total of 6. So, how this works, if you don't know, is we start off by figuring out our disposition, which is sort of like the health pool that we'll be referencing to see how badly the battle is going for our heroes or the weasels, who are definitely your opponents. So, they have a disposition of 6. One of you must decide, I'm going to roll my fighter or hunter, and whatever successes I get, I'm going to add to my total health. Or, if you have a nature appropriate to this, you can use that as well.
I don't have fighter at all, so and my nature's down by 1 point. So.
My fighter is 3. I don't think my nature is particularly attuned to this, but I do have a decent nature. Bronze, what's your fighter level?
I have a fighter of 4, and I'm fiery and fat.
Girl, she got it.
You're leading the charge.
I mean, it makes sense. Bangarang, yo.
Mhm.
So, go ahead and roll your fighter.
She's
Plus,
Rufio.
Rufio.
You know, he plays D&D with my friend.
Oh, that's cool. Do you still have the mohawk?
Get him on the stream.
Dante
Get him
Bosco?
on.
No, he doesn't have a mohawk.
Sad. So you're getting helping dice from Tynan, Junie, Mr. Quinn Hat,
Okay.
and Manners.
Okay.
Here's what the weasel's goal for this conflict is going to be. I'm going to figure that out as you get your disposition set. So go ahead and roll whenever you're ready, Bronze.
Okay, so I have 8 die.
4. Yeah, unless you want to use one of your traits to add to this, but
So
you
I'm
could save
throwing
those for.
fiery.
You're gonna throw in fiery.
Yeah, this is our health pool.
Nice.
So
Yep. So
we'll
that's
throw
a
in
total
fiery.
of 9.
Yeah, I feel like that fits here.
And I don't know if you have any player donations. Well, never mind. I lied.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
No, it's good. It's good.
We could
Most
technically
def.
explode those 6s, but I feel like that'd probably be overkill.
You never know. So, what's your health?
My health is pretty high. Hold up. My health is 6.
Jeez, you
So-
have 12 so far.
We have double their health.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah, and honestly, like you don't get to use fate points a lot. I know that for certain. So if you want to spend a fate point to just explode those 6s, and we can see what you get in total.
No, I should
You never know; they might pull a fast one on you.
I should probably save them for crappy rolls instead of using them on good ones.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys have a total of 12 in that case.
Mm-hmm.
They have a total of 6. So
Yeah.
here's the Weasel's goal for this conflict. This is what they want to get out of this if they win totally and utterly. They want to make their escape back into Dark Heather with their captive in tow. That is their entire goal. What is your goal for this conflict?
I'm
My
this is
goal is to fuck bitches, get money.
Also,
But-
find out what Ranpal is.
well that's like a life, that's a motto.
Oh,
It's like a creed.
Oh, sorry. When Bor asked me
That's
what
a
my goal
belief.
was, I
That's a
just
belief,
thought-
yo.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
belief.
my bad. I didn't understand the question.
No, that's an instinct.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Hmm.
didn't understand the question. I'll let you answer then.
The instinct is to fuck it up. The belief is that you have to do it well. And the goal is to get it done. There you go.
True. Which actually, yeah.
Get off my
So
neck.
what do you,
I'm trying. Okay.
so what do you guys want if you win totally and utterly without any competition?
We want all of the anivery and none of the weasel.
Yeah, so like
All
probably
right.
safe extraction of an every.
Do we not want any information out of these?
Out of the weasels?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why are they taking her? Where are they taking her? So we know what a
Yeah.
Ranpal is, you know?
I mean, you want to? I mean, so then you're suggesting our goal should be to secure her and keep a weasel for questioning?
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
It'd be pretty wise.
Fair
That's
enough.
definitely a goal.
Not take it back,
And
though.
also-
But
I think my biggest concern isn't necessarily what they want her for. My biggest concern is who ratted her out. Because there might be a mole in the system because she was our contact. She was working with us and they caught her. Now, it could be they just picked her up, but more than likely somebody is mole.
I mean, we don't even know like what like
It
we
might
don't know
literally
anything
be
about the
more.
weasel structure. We don't know if people like if she was a spy or if she's just like
But
I don't know.
She was working with the dude who was who we originally were looking for.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Bailey.
I'm just saying we don't actually know if that necessarily is a secret. Like we don't know what their organization is like. The Weasel hierarchy, like it looks like it all.
We can find out if we question them.
Okay. So then keep
Exactly.
a Nivary safe and question a Weasel. That should probably be our goal.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, I have another task for you. You need to figure out who's going first, second, and last in the volley, and you need to decide what action your character is taking: attack, defend, maneuver, or feint. Do you guys remember how all of those interact with each other?
I'm pretty sure.
Sorry,
Yeah.
say the question again.
Do you guys know how the different actions interact with each other, or do you recall?
Can you refresh me? It's been a couple of weeks for me. So
Yeah, yeah. Last time you did this, you murdered a snake.
I rage killed.
So you rage kill it. So here's a little like it might have been a little too exciting. So let me refresh you. Attack is basically I want to make them stop. I want to win. I'm going to reduce their disposition to 0. Defend is I don't want to get my disposition to 0. I'm going to recover some of my disposition if I roll enough successes. Maneuver is I want to set up the person after me for the most amazing success ever, and I also want to put my opponent at a disadvantage. And then we have the feint. If a feint is played against defend, then the defender does not get to roll at all. If feint is played against attack, then the feinter does not get to roll at all. And those take damage as appropriate. So feint, a very risky, but if you think you know what your opponent is going to do, it is a very powerful action. And after that, that's really about it. I have all of the Weasel's actions ready. I am running to the bathroom very quick. You
Sure.
guys get ready.
Okay.
Can I go first?
Yeah, I mean it's so sorry.
I'll go
didn't mean
third.
to- all right, so you want so me and Junie probably will set our attacks off, and then you can sort of mop up whatever's left.
That makes sense to me.
Sweet.
And that's
Okay.
just for the first volley, I think.
Yep, and then we'll figure out what our position is like after that. Okay, Junie, go ahead and drop your card on the board. All right. Let me just check.
I'm missing a card. Do I just drag it? over
There are
to-
some from the on the right hand side. You can just right click and click take card.
Okay. All right.
Um.
I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right back while he's using the restroom. I know what you were gonna do. I can see it.
It's okay, don't tell
All right.
anybody.
What do I want to do? I'm trying to think here.
I think everybody can actually see what I picked because
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
tried.
doesn't really matter.
it's fine. 4 doesn't know, so
I think
right,
I think
I
we'll just
don't
we'll
know.
just start strong. We'll just make it a big old thing. All right. So we got our cards on for you. Just got to put yours down.
Yep.
And we
Luckily,
get
I
some
know
combat
what
hype
they
in
wanted to
chat.
do. So, let's do it, guys. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Their first action is to defend.
Okay.
Flip it.
My first action was to maneuver.
All
Which-
right, so
Essentially
let's
to
see.
set up Askren. So
That's a voices test.
Looks like a versus test.
Voices.
So they are going to roll, and don't forget, you get 4 helping dice because of Quinn and Manners adding to Tynan and Brienne's.
what's the base of the roll? If I can ask you that.
What? Oh, you don't have fighter, do you?
Mm-mm.
Do you have hunter?
Let me see. No.
No. So,
Yeah, she has to use her nature.
what is
I got laborer.
I don't think you could use that.
know.
I'm gonna dig a ditch out of their
She
interest.
could,
No.
she could push a bunch of rocks down in their path.
That is one way to do it, I guess.
Man.
You could have been working towards that.
It's okay.
You're doing maneuvers. So here's what I'll do. Do you want to try something like that? Use labor for something
Yeah,
akin
we
to
could.
that?
I mean, essentially,
Okay,
I was
so-
originally thinking about like trying to trip them with or set them up for a trip with my staff. Yeah.
So here's what I kind of want to do, just because this sounds pretty interesting, and I like just doing a little bit of let's try it out and see what happens. What's your laborer?
2.
2. You're getting 4 helping dice, so you should have 6 dice. Does your staff give you any other benefits?
I don't remember what the staff's bonuses are. I think actually might be for feint and not for.
Yeah, it is for feint.
Yeah.
You could throw it, oddly enough.
For
I guess.
Staff?
the-
Yeah,
yeah,
it
staff
says
is-
normal or thrown can be used either.
Just
Okay.
lancing it in.
All
Just
right.
kidding.
Exactly. So, do you want to use any?
Standoff checking one like a
Yeah, there we go.
Mm,
Do you want to use any traits with this?
let me think. I gotta look at what I have. It's been quite a minute. I mean, skinny just for have not being seen and snuck in there for a surprise on that, but I don't know if it's really
For the purpose
Doable.
of this test, it could work like that. Yeah.
okay. So I can
If
just
you-
like
if you
slide
feel you-
between.
Oh yeah. Like you've set up this like little like trap that they're gonna get tripped up with.
Yeah, slide in,
All right.
throwing the staff in there, hope they get tripped, and ask her to chop his head off.
Oh. Hopefully, I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Okay,
So I'm up for what, 7 or is that 6 still?
You're at 7. Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll 7 dice.
Eh.
Ooh, gracious. 1, 2 successes. So that means we have a tie,
Mhm. 'Kay.
which means there's nothing we can do. Nothing extravagant happens except. Oh, wait, I forgot to give you guys some advantage. So, for the purpose of your successful scout check, I want everyone to have +2 to each of your rolls.
Okay.
So, and roll 2 more dice, Leslie.
Okay.
Because I think that is an astounding advantage. Okay, so you actually were able to get 1 success.
Sweet.
enough to win. Or beat them rather.
It's like I
That-
ran out there and
yeah,
went, oh,
you-
and they didn't trip,
So-
and then I went,
So that means one die is gonna roll over.
Yeah, you're gonna have 1 success to use for this, and unfortunately to their next roll. But that may turn out to be good. You never know.
Okay.
So how do you use this to sort of like get them down off guard with this trap, this ambush?
So what we did was I hid behind the leaves and rocks, which were really quite tightly gathered, so they wouldn't be expecting anything to be behind that. But at the last minute, when the first one reaches the precipice of that like opening, I squeeze between the rocks, throw my staff down in front of him to hopefully trip him up so that he will fall, which he kind of stumbles because it was a little bit of a roll. But then I instinctively, because I whacked the snake really hard, hit him on the toes anyway with it, so he like is grabbing his foot now. So I did kind of trip him, but not super.
So
No, toe shots are not to be fucked with.
I mean, I've kicked that bed so many times it hurts.
Yeah, it's just
no, you can lose a toe. You can lose a toe.
yeah.
Okay, so all the weasels are at once surprised by this. This was unexpected. The one that you rush towards, he's completely caught off guard, and you bash his foot, and he sort of hops on his paw, and the pine needles sort of slip out from under him, and he goes head over heels onto his side, and he falls right on the hilt of his scimitar. And you just hear him groan as he starts to roll away from you, clutching his hip. Oh man. Yeah. Second action. Maneuver. Okay.
It's a versus test.
So it's a versus test. Let's do this.
All
They
right.
have a -1. That means they're rolling 7 dice.
Okay.
What do you got, Tynan?
I've
3
got
successes.
3 on the fighter, and I've got 4 helpers, and then 2 extra helpers, right?
Yep.
Yeah, from advantage.
Okay, so
And
that's
you guys can
You have
hear.
9.
I
You
got
guys
ni-
can
I-
hear it. The sharp
Gunshot.
cry from above. Ow!
Oh
As
god.
dark wings begin to flap above, causing panic amongst the weasels.
I'm gonna
Are
pop.
weasels afraid of crows?
We're
he's
about
not
to
trying
make
to be
them.
a crow. Oh!
I meant
I think
like
a
in
wolf.
general, like in Mouse Guard. Like I don't know what the
Probably not.
what the
Crows
king's
crows are
command
known to be pretty wily tricksters,
is. Mhm.
and they can mess with wolves. So they can probably beat up a weasel pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
but
sure
still.
it's picked up and eaten, but enough
Alright.
that it's like, stop.
All right, I'm gonna burn a persona point and bring it up to 10 dice because I wanna make this
Dang.
attack worth it.
Do it. Let's see what happens.
I gotta beat 3 guys.
That's it.
5
Hey.
successes.
All
Beat
right, they're
3.
gonna.
Get Shreked.
So they're what?
I said get Shreked. So
right.
he Tynan, like when this guy kind of tumbles backwards, Tynan's gonna sort of dive out of the leaves with his sword and like reverse grip and just kind of try and fall on this weasel and drive his sword down into him.
Which one are you
Savage
aiming
little
for?
mouse.
The one in the front that she knocked down.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Oh, he froze.
you
Okay.
leap out. Bert.
You're back.
No! Am I
Good.
still here?
Maybe.
Ah!
The
Back of his shoulder.
When you say like, am I still here?
Oh my
Am I
gosh!
still, like,
Am I still here?
I love how he just keeps like changing pose, like just snapping between like
No!
between expressions. Like it's great. I love it.
I think we're good.
Oh,
now.
woo!
We're fine. I think we're fine.
Oh, I think
Oh my god, okay. Okay. So no. You're able to sort of leap onto his back, bury your sword into his shoulder, and you bring him down further. And then he starts to thrash. And by that point, did you roll your +2 advantage, by the way?
That was included in the 10.
Yes, okay. So he begins to thrash and growl fiercely. That should have been more fiercer, but we'll go on like
That's
this.
pretty good.
When he lands on him, as he's kind of like being thrashed around, is Anivari looking like is Anivari right in front of me, basically?
Basically, yeah, but she's trying to scramble up onto her feet, but it's hard to do because her paws are tied behind her back.
That's
so
fine.
her
All I wanted to do was make eye contact with her.
Okay, so from there we go to the next action. Attack!
Oh,
the
it's on like
the
Donkey
maneuver gave a -1 to
Wow.
the
Fight
enemy.
me.
So they're down 2 health, right?
Yes, they are down 2.
Got it.
Alrighty, Brienne. This is attack versus
Alright.
attack.
We're doing it.
Let's do this.
Fight me, bro.
They will.
So I get 10 dice just from 4 from my own, 4 from the party.
The bonus and then 2
advantage.
bonuses. Yeah.
So 10.
My
I get
lord.
10.
Lord.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot
get
of
10 dice, and I'm gonna add.
Do you
want
want to
to
use
Because I'm
Dude.
throwing my weight down.
a?
I got my flail, I got my shield, I got my walnut shield, and I'm gonna just like come down with like all my weight on my shield arm, Captain America style, body slam from the top, forward somersault, boom,
Genie, watch
Lovely.
Stars
crushing
rise.
force. Yeah, she's gonna have her shield in one hand and her flail behind her, her extra weight. She's gonna do a little forward somersault, throw all her weight down, land on her shield. She's gonna brace with her shield. Full Captain America. It's gonna be beautiful. Shockwaves
Now-
are gonna go through the dark heather.
Oh,
The big
Like-
cloud.
the Dark Heather tunnels are going to be like underneath your fight right now, and
Yeah.
if somebody's there, like the roof will like tremble.
Yeah. Shockwave.
Okay. By the way, are you aiming? Which weasel are you aiming for? Because you're coming from the rear.
The third
So-
one.
The one in the back,
last
yeah.
one out, yeah.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Go ahead. I'm gonna roll for him.
Okay.
Oh
Alright.
my
I'll
god.
get stuffed, Weasel.
He was a narrator. He was.
They're rolling 8 die. This is
You
this
just have
is
4 rolls, I think, yeah.
that I got nothing else. Brienne, Thimblebucket,
Mhm.
you will not only take down this weasel in one fell swoop, with a sickening crack, your bulk collides against his pelt, and you feel it
Feel him
crumble.
crumple. hmm
Yes.
And then I look at June, I say, oh my god, I swear I just tried to incapacitate him for questioning. And I'm like looking at his neck is like hanging limply, and I'm like, oh. I just kind of look up at Judy like, oh.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
It was like that when he walked out.
I mean,
And he
Judy's
was
just
like-
like,
I just like hold up his lolling head. It was already like this.
he woke up
Weekend
like-
at Bernie's just flopping around.
It was already like this. There might still be some. Maybe we can resuscitate him and ask him a couple of questions, and his head is just flopping. Maybe we can. I'm sure he's just taking a nap.
At this point, the weasel holding a Nivari, he would like to bolt, if possible, back into the Dark Heather tunnels, but he wants to be the only one to get away.
The one that I'm on top of?
No, the
No,
one
the
that
one
is
below
in
them.
between.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he wants to be the one that gets away. So that's where this minor compromise might have to happen, because I did take 2 points off of you guys. So there has to be some sort of compromise where you get pretty much
Well, they still have
everything
2 health,
you
don't
want.
they? Oh no, she
But,
did 4 damage. Oh my
No,
bad.
She did 4 damage. They're
I
gone.
counted it as 2. No, they're done. Okay.
They're done. Conflict over.
I mean, if
you
you
can
saw that
choose
happen,
whether-
you probably wouldn't want to fight either. I just crumpled the dude. Crumpled him like an aluminum can. I don't think homeboy, the third homeboy, wants to fight now. I don't think anybody.
Oh no. He didn't even get his scimitar out, so he's gonna go on. He's gonna noodle away. So, if that's okay with you guys, he wants to be the only one to get out of here. A-okay. The rest of them, they're all yours.
Can I like?
Can we
I, like-
can we at least cuz we only took 2 damage out of 12. Can he run away
Mhm.
but with a wound?
I was gonna say, can I like chuck my shield at his kneecaps and just like bang
Or
one of
give
them?
him give him like a cut with a sword or something. Like just
Yeah.
send him back to Rampal but
Limping.
with a nasty wound.
a limp, permanently maimed.
I love that. Let's do that. Let's
Flip that
do
bitch's
that.
kneecaps
Yeah.
inwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, Leslie.
There's a moment where
my legs clenched. I was like,
poor Tenderpaw. But yeah, Brienne
tell him.
Thimblebucket, no hesitation, Captain America style, takes out his rear leg, and
Does the
he
shield
lets out
bounce
this.
off of him and then back off the wall and back to her?
We already wear like capes and stuff. This is not close.
I mean, you know,
Amazing.
I'm a fan. What can I say? And you see him sort of whimpering away into the darkness of Dark Heather. And you have a wounded weasel who is pretty much cowering on the ground before Junie and Tynan. And
He's alive after
he's
that
sort of like,
gushing chest wound.
I stabbed him in the shoulder. I only did
Yeah,
like
yeah.
2 damage to him.
Okay.
he might not.
Yeah.
He might not last very long after me smashing his toes, though. Just
Cuz he tried to like be fancy, right? He tried to maneuver.
Yeah, that was his aim, and it did not work.
So yeah, he got stabbed, but he didn't take like 4 damage. He's not dead.
Mm-mm.
So okay.
Mine
So
is not dead either. He's just napping.
I don't think there's any potion of healing that I could brew to help him
Judy
now.
told me to take mine alive, and I just want to say that I did.
Now you guys won pretty big. I could just say you like broke some bone in his body, like maybe he has a broken rib or
no,
something
I like the
that.
idea that she just outright killed one of them. I like that.
Oh yeah, because if
Okay.
anything, the guy that we have injured is gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna.
He's not gonna be excited now.
So okay, as Tynan's kind of like sitting on top of him with the sword like punctured through his arm and shoulder, he's gonna kind of like look back at Junie. He says, "Hey, can you untie this one?"
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll untie Nibri.
All right. You can see she almost writhes on the ground because she wasn't sure how long this would take, but once she realizes it's practically over, she goes still. And as you approach, in the darkness, you can sort of see that she's garbed in white cloth. Her tan almost, I'd say it's a very clean, bright hue of this bright brown color that is sort of covered in this white garment, a scarf sort of draped around her shoulders and neck, coiling over her head and ears. Just very oddly cultured. But she is sort of dressed with some sort of armor as well, some round scales that have sort of been like stitched together to drape down her long ferret body as she sort of hooks her neck to look at you and gives a nod to her bonds. Says, "I think this is something here that you can help me with."
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't really have anything to cut it, so I'll walk up, and I'm still very curious about what this like garb is. I haven't seen anything like it before. And Junie will start like chewing at the rope to get it off.
Yeah, be practical with it.
Mhm.
Yum, 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 yum. And once those arms are free, she tenses for a moment, and it almost feels as though she's about to bolt. But a second passes, and you see her fur that was once bristled and spiky is sort of beginning to go down. But her tail remains a quite a fluffy sight as she sort of rolls over and slowly stands, easily towering over all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Brienne kind of gives her the side eye a little bit because she sees that she's kind of on edge, and with that, she like kind of like thoughtfully picks her shield back up, and she just says like, if you stay cool, I'll be cool. I mean, or we can play target practice. Up to you.
Have we met her before?
No.
I'm not too sure. Okay.
No, but I wanted to know. I'll chuck it at her kneecap the way I chucked it
No,
at
I
her
didn't know if she was. Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't know if sort of new reaction or not.
I
Tynan,
gotta establish that I'm the alpha in this pack, and
yeah.
that if she tries to run, I'll break her kneecaps.
Tynan will kind of like place his hand on the pommel of the sword. He says, "So, should we tie this one?"
Oh,
I
dude.
thought we were just gonna ask him some
dude.
questions and kill him.
Okay,
But
how about-
I mean,
Junie will give Anivri the rope and be like, "You help us tie him," and then I'm gonna try to back her over to Brienne and start picking up and collecting her weapons so that potentially she won't run and get them.
Oh yeah, the double
Okay.
swords and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. The closer you get to those swords, those are very deadly
They're huge.
weapons.
Yeah,
They're almost bastard swords to you, Junie. Like,
I can only pick up one, just drag it. Don't worry.
oh yeah. But she stomps over to the surviving weasel and sort of puts a foot on his wounded shoulder and just rolls him over. He lets out this like pained groan, and she sort of takes a private joy in wrenching his arms back and sort of knotting them together in that little knot that she had just a moment ago. And you hear above, ow, ow,
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Manners.
I didn't have my signal.
Well,
It was it's just things happen kind of fast, and you know.
I'll whisper, make him feel important and tell him to keep a lookout.
Hey, hey, Manners, are there any other weasels coming?
Oh, no.
And he'll kind of like look back at Nivery. He says, "So, hi."
poor Manners. He just wanted the
Good
help.
evening.
Moral.
So, Mouse Guard, is it?
That would be us. Yeah,
Ugh.
not a good look.
Right. I mean, it's better than these three. What are you doing out here?
We're waiting for 4 to
Well,
unroll.
what are you doing out here?
We're frozen on your very concerned face.
Oh no!
oh no!
Sorry for.
Yellow.
The concern intensifies.
No, my internet's just kind of wonky right now. How about now?
It's spotted. We can hear you pretty well.
Yeah, we got you, but it was just kind of
Okay.
roboting a little bit. She says, "So, what was the question?"
No. She. What are you doing out here?
Oh, he says, "Well, we are looking for you, and actually in service of apparently a mutual enemy of ours." She says,
She sort of tilts her head a bit, gives you a nod.
That face though. You were about to be taken to a general called Rampal. These and he kind of elbows the weasel in the gut a little bit. He says, these were his servants.
Yes. Are you guys there?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're here. You are not.
Oh my goodness. I am not. That's so unfortunate. Okay. I am I still robot-y?
It's off and on.
Kind of.
Like right now, you should be okay, but you know.
You'll kind of like cut off mid-sentence sometimes without warning.
That's unfortunate.
But now you're fine. It's weird.
Ow.
We're just waiting on
Fortunately, you guys are all frozen for me. Oop. Okay.
We're all good. We're all fine. I don't know who that was for, Leslie.
It was for my dog. Look,
Oh.
look at him. See him?
Oh.
Back there.
Okay.
Like a bug.
Oh my goodness.
I have clean laundry I
Oh.
have to fold after our broadcast, but he, like, of course, loves it, so he's sleeping over there with his back all over the laundry.
Oh, 4.
Knows how to live life.
Mm-hmm.
Force face right now.
I know. He's so shocked. He
It's
just
my
can't
goal
believe
to
it.
like mimic all of his frozen faces.
It's like when Brienne accidentally crumpled that dude.
They're gonna have to break his jaw for his funeral. It's not. Not good.
No. No.
Or try turning
Oh.
your camera off.
Okay.
Go audio.
Yeah, if
Go-
you do soul audio, there might not be any lag. That's all I can
What-
think of.
All right. Well, how about now?
We're all right. We're all right. We'll see how
We're
it goes.
all right.
Ish.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So
All right. Well.
carry on. Where were we?
All right. She says, yes, they work for Rampol. He's the overlord, you see. My boss.
Well, you don't seem to be working for him at the moment. In fact, you seem to be working alongside a friend of ours, a mouse named Bailey.
Hmm. He's got a good head on him. He knows what the real enemy is. I wish it were only so easy to have more mice and weasels like him. Sadly, that's not the case. Did he send you? Are you here for...
Bailey was one piece of a larger puzzle. The guard at Lockhaven has become increasingly interested in the movements and the threat posed by Rampol. Particularly in his ways through and around the Scent border. We've heard that he might be either working with or working to enable the passage of wolves and other creatures over the border.
Yes. Yes. That's been a curiosity of mine. I was getting very close. Apparently, they'd like my efforts to be focused towards, what was it, Nori? Back in the system, back where ferrets belong. She sort of grinds her foot onto his ear, just sort of like mashing his face into the dirt and pine needles. There's been a lot going on in Dark Heather since the Winter War ended. None of you probably know.
We've been on various assignments since then. Some of us.
Why don't you enlighten us?
I'll start with what Bailey and I want. These wolves are a threat. They were drawn into this region, and let's just say it's going to make lives for both of us very difficult. The standing of our negotiation still stands. As far as I'm concerned, Rampol won't cross the Scent border, and neither will you. But unfortunately, it's
We're
a different
already-
matter negotiating. Yes, because of the wolves. It is my ideal goal to kill them.
The wolves.
Yes.
That's a feat.
Well, considering the feats you were able to achieve down in Dark Heather in 1149, this should be no problem. And if we're able to merge our armies, perhaps we could make a stand.
We have questions. Our questions mostly revolve around the what, the how, and the when, and the where of Rampal and any who work with him.
Yes. So, Rampal, he lives, he resides deep in the old recesses of Darkheaven, where our, our people are trying to continue in their vices and is that your goal? Are you seeking to assassinate him? What's the Mouse Guard's entailment in this?
Do we still have the letter, right?
Uh, I would say, yeah, because it was meant to be given to you guys.
We just got one recently. Because I don't remember exactly. It's been a while. I don't remember exactly what Gwendolyn said, other than to find information on Rampal. I don't remember if she gave us any instructions specifically pertaining to hunting him down personally.
What do we do with him once we find him?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if she wanted us to physically find him, as in go to face him, or just find information about him and bring it back.
What he's
I think it's sort of like reconnaissance in a way.
Okay. So then, he'll kind of pull out the letter and unfold it a bit. He says, "Our official business is to gather information for the Mouse Guard, to gauge the threat and to understand what kind of forces might need to be marshaled. But if there are more subtle means by which we might secure an advantage here, we're willing to entertain them."
Well, you saw what lies dead at the spring. Clearly, we need not only a large force, but an organized one. I can tell you this. Mice have great ingenuity. We hope to rely on that. Weasels and ferrets alike. Well, for every 5 of you, there's 1 of us. So perhaps we can make a good front. However, these ideas are not suitable for Rampal's court, I'm afraid. I've been trying to do things on my end, but as a ferret, much of my accolades are not helping me.
I as a bit of a scholar and scribe in this matter, am fairly interested. What is the ferrets in this situation? We've heard that they're not treated particularly well. They're not in very good standing in weasel culture. Some sort of subservient class?
I would not say subservient.
Indentured or otherwise.
For some, yes. For others, we are trained in certain jobs at a very young age to be very good at them. Ferrets, if we seek to rely on the weasels and much of the boons that they used to grant, shelter, home, food, family, that's not what much of my kind are getting currently. Much of the past has been noticeably destroyed, sadly.
Is it possible that the ferrets might be mobilized against their weasel kin?
In order to do that, you'd have to, 1, get an order from Rampal. 2,
Oh no, not from him. I mean against him.
Against him.
Like a rebellion?
If
She's taken aback for a moment. So, what she does is glance towards her blades,
mhm.
noticeably. And then she gives all of you a nod and says, "Well, you seem adept at fighting weasels. 3 at least. Fighting tunnel lords, though, as few as they remain, I cannot say. The Overlord Rampol, that's certainly not even a contest." There's
Well,
not even a black axe among you.
I don't know. I feel like I'd like to give it at least a try.
he
Among my people, I am a pretty renowned fighter. I don't know about your people, being that your people are lesser people of the people that you're speaking of, but among my people, I'm kind of a big deal.
Well, I guess we're kindred spirits then.
Not among your people.
No,
among
no,
mine.
no, 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 no.
I mean,
She's
just
sort of
ask
like-
Manners. He thinks I'm the greatest, right, bro?
Rapian's got, she's got marbles.
Marbles for days.
Yeah,
uh,
she's gonna have babies.
Wait, what? Manners, what are you
What?
talking about?
Well,
What are you talking about? You're confused.
we're you didn't promise me babies.
I'm not gonna have babies. Manners, I'm fat, not pregnant.
What?
Manners, you're being very rude right now. You're gonna have to make this up to me later. But for now, I'm just gonna send. You know what? There's only one way to make this up to me for hurting my feelings and fat shaming me. You're gonna have to go on a nice little blackberry hunt and bring Auntie Brienne back some blackberries.
Blackberry.
Yeah,
Oh.
blackberries.
And he starts like hopping like madly in place.
while he's doing that, Tynan will say, look to Anivery kind of curiously. He says,
Manners has no manners.
"Yeah,
Manners thought I was pregnant? Oh God.
That was the twist!
But you know what's great about that is if I ever did accidentally get knocked up, that's like the perfect baby disposal right there. Just give it to Manners.
Oh,
maybe he thought when you promised him that he could eat babies, then that was his logical conclusion. Like,
I promised him babies. He saw I was like rotund, and
no,
was
he
like,
was like, oh well, she's gonna have. She doesn't have babies right now, but maybe she will have the babies, and then I can
No.
have them."
When he
No,
said she's gonna
Manners.
have babies, he was like practically salivating, like.
I'm trying to think how birds salivate.
Tynan will just kind of look at Anivery and say, "You're familiar with the Black Axe?"
Well, of course. I was there.
He's like, you seem like reaching for a page in his book, but he kind of like, we should discuss later. There's and he kind of holds the book to his chest. He says, there's a lot of gaps in the tales of the war.
You've only seen your side. It's worse over here.
especially with what we've had to rebuild, if anything. There's been lots of betrayals, backstabbings, banditry, cannibalism in the worst cases.
Hey, we've dealt with our fair share of loss too, okay? Nobody's exactly clean in this. We just went through a tunnel with wells full of dead mice that you people killed in the war. So if you want to sit here and try to take the moral high ground with me, well then I'm gonna knock the grin off your face right now.
She grants you a nod, and then, oddly enough, a bow,
Oh damn.
and says, "It's not my intention to take a high ground. It's just the wolves put me in a position I'm not used to being in. And I think we deserve it. We deserve to be prey for once. We can't hunt properly. We can't govern ourselves properly. The tunnels are getting darker every day. I want something better for my kind. Whether or not the weasels come to our aid, which I want them to, because I, like you, enjoy to see them die. Why do you think I became a captain for Rampol? If we can use them in this assault on this pack, it'll do us great good.
So you want to lead Rampol's weasels against the wolves against him?
I've done it before. I've done it against you. I can do it against wolves, I'm certain.
I
If
maybe
his paranoia can be overcome.
I just wanna understand where we all stand here. What is your goal with regards to Rampol?
If you dispose of the wolves, bring some order back into Darkheather, it means the gaps of status have to be filled. Hopefully by families of ferrets rather than weasels.
So you
We
want
can
to,
finally become tunnel lords in our own right.
you want
Which
to
means
you want to depose him.
deposing him requires an open declaration of family war. I have no family, so therefore, if I want to take his position, I would have to kill him in a stealthy manner and then claim it for myself, but I seriously doubt any weasel would follow a ferret.
Right. So you want to clean out the weasels enough that when you do take him out, you can make an unchallenged claim.
Either that or get a puppet.
Well, we have a problem. We have two, actually. One of them is Rampol, and one of them, the other is the wolves. And he'll kind of turn to the weasel that we have, and he says, "I suppose we have a third, and that's that we're currently on the wrong side of the scent border, and we should probably spend as little time here as possible if we can avoid it."
Thankfully, the deeper parts of Darkheather, closer to the territories, are usually empty. And you see the weasel she's standing over sort of like spit and sort of like nip at her tail.
Mm-hmm.
And he sort of says, "No thanks to you. You gave us away. I know you did. You told them about us. How many scouts did we lose because of you? To those damn tunnels."
Well, at least 3 of them to us personally. He's gonna
Wanna
like
make
lean.
that-
He's gonna lean down to the weasel and say that to him.
Yeah, and Brienne's gonna like kind of pull her flail over her shoulder and be like, "Want to make it a nice round 4?
I beat a snake
Get
to
it?
death.
4, get it? Hey!
Hey, oh, Bob! I'm so proud.
So, to Anivari, would you be entirely opposed to perhaps crossing the border with us?
It means I have a lot more explaining to do if I do return. But
Well, I
I
mean,
think it would be most beneficial, yes.
you do have an injured weasel running back to Rampal and reporting that his party got ambushed and that his quarry got taken.
I am a prisoner then.
Well, as far as they know.
That's good.
He'll say, we also have something else that we're not quite how we should leverage. This might be your area of expertise. We have Rampal's son.
You see her expression darken. He's still alive.
Very much so.
Alive and knocking boots with the mouse.
There's that.
Ah,
He's currently under our protection within the territories. He's, as you know, renounced all claim to his father's throne as far as we know. But we're keeping him close because we feel like he might be of some value in this situation.
he was always a philosophizer. Him and his guard Alphos. Sympathetic to your cause. It didn't suit him. Is he happy?
He seemed to be in pretty good shape last we saw him. We brought him back from beyond the border. We had to flee a wolf in the process. He has a group of mice and wolves and other creatures with him.
You can see her eyes are sort of like drifting away from you, sort of like scanning the ground in some distant thought, new calculations being made in her head.
Why, did the two of you have a thing?
No, it's just that's something. It's something Rampal can't push back against. The Tunnel Lords would have to recognize him.
We'll talk about this once we're safe. How about we start moving?
Yes, we should go to him. Come on. You know the way, I suppose. Did you want to stop at the spring? It's lovely.
I think we should probably take the fastest route back across the border.
Great.
But before we do, and he'll kind of
And
like look
from
up
there,
before we do, he'll just kind of look up at the tree. Kind of, he doesn't know if Miss Poe is up there, but he says, "Miss Poe."
you see her and like 11 different pairs of eyes looking back down upon you
Like
as she just lets out this like long like,
He's just gonna say,
11 other like,
"Thank you for your help. You've been a pleasure."
oh no.
there's this like this little sneeze.
Yeah, and unless you have anything else we have to do, I say we just turn tail and make our way back to the border.
All right. We can use a check to make a Pathfinder check if you like.
I'll go ahead and do that because
Sure.
I just leveled up my Pathfinder,
Nice.
so it's a 5 right now.
All right. Anivery will help you, so you'll get helping dice from her with her Pathfinder.
Sweet.
This will be obstacle 4, I feel like. Nah, let me double check. Anybody else want to help?
I got Pathfinder. I can help.
Okay, that's gonna be 7.
I don't have Pathfinder. I have Survivalist.
Might be obstacle 5, actually. Survivalist does help because this is a long journey to get back to
Okay.
the scent border.
So yeah, I can throw in Survivalist.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Does manners help at all?
Manners is set upon getting blackberries.
Okay,
so
no help from manners. Dang.
Yeah.
That's
He doesn't seem to understand like the type of berry you wanted. He's just getting dark round things. Like he comes back with like little oats and pine cones. And yeah, he comes back with those sorts of things.
all right.
That was not a blackberry.
He comes back
It's
with a
not?
phone.
You know what? Here's a marble anyway. You tried. Good job.
Are those like treats? You're
Oh.
just gonna flip him a marble every time he does something.
Yeah, he loves shinies.
What does he do?
He
With
really
them?
does. As far as you know, he hides them.
I was gonna. Is he like my cats, where they take the bottle caps and then they just lose them instantly?
And then
Yes.
3 years later, when you move out of your apartment, underneath your couch is
Yeah, they're
like,
under the couch, under the
29.
radiator, just lost in a
Yeah.
closet somewhere.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, Quinn's gonna like take off his cloak one day and like it's just gonna pour out with all these marbles.
quit.
Uh,
He's like walking the rest of the time, like, why? Maybe I feel a little heavier. I can't tell though.
Oh man.
I don't wanna get us lost. So would I be able to? It's a fate point to tap to do your nature.
No, it's a persona point.
Okay, then I will spend a persona point to add my nature.
Well, dang.
Because I need rolls. Is this would that nuke my nature, or is this within is pathfinding within mouse?
This would
Miss.
nuke your nature.
Okay, we'll live. We'll live.
I think if you're, I think it works with hiding because you're trying to find your path, but you're doing it in like sort of
I'm trying to hide people to go back.
yeah, I think that's a valid. I think so. I don't think your nature will be reduced.
Okay, fair enough.
If we consider that, yeah.
Cool. So what's the DC?
5.
It's got the 8.
You are blowing up today. Beautiful roll. So you guys are able to make it towards the scent border, and from there you have free reign to pretty much go anywhere you want.
Okay.
But Anivery is with you, so is Manners. Quinn Hat as well.
Leslie wanted to take
there's
2 minutes for a break, so why don't we kind of cut the scene there,
Yeah.
and we'll come back when we're getting closer to the border or to the other side.
nice. Alrighty.
Awesome.
All right. So we're gonna take 5 minutes there. I'm gonna stay with you guys just because I want to give a quick shout out. No one leaves. It's just bio break. No one leaves.
I was like, I know there's gonna be like a
I'll
breakdown.
do
I'm like,
it.
we'll be back.
No. I don't have a.
First one to get up.
I'm not cool enough to have a break screen.
Wait, also, Bronze, did you cut your hair off?
Yeah, it's all done.
I am absolutely in love with it.
It's good. Yeah.
I love it. I used to keep my hair like super short, so I'm just like,
Yeah, I
Yes.
needed a change.
it's perfect. It's perfect.
Well, while they're going to take a break, I want to give you guys, because I'm not cool enough to have a break screen. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for chilling in chat. Mountain Dew Baboo. Shadzar Parishnikov. Tuchulu. I think that's how you say it. Imp in my head. Someone to be. Ergoliv. AC Wraith. Ozai, Lost Delirium, I'm Montravant. What's going on, man? What's going on, everyone? Welcome. We are playing Mouse Guard: The Dark Spring. Make a break screen? I don't know. I'm kind of lazy for that. But I want to announce, if you guys are enjoying the show, please please consider hitting that subscribe button. Please consider hitting that that Patreon link. I'm gonna drop it for you right there. If you want to become a patron of the show, you can of course join us right there. When we hit a certain number of patrons, we'll be starting patron and sub only DM hangouts alongside the rest of our weekly schedule. Of course, that all of that goes back to helping support shows like this. I know I can make a break screen in 2 seconds. I never do breaks, so I don't use them. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining us. If you like the show, hit the subscribe button, hit the Patreon link, all that good stuff. You get some bonuses, some nat 20s and inspirations and stuff that you can use to affect our game. You can also do that via the donation link down below, giving everyone fate, inspiration points, recoveries, all that good stuff. Of course, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that retweet link. And as you guys will be hearing later, we're going to be talking a little bit about the charity event that's going down this week. I wanted to talk a little bit about that because we opened up our charity. We haven't even done our first charity game yet. Our first charity game is on Friday, and we've already raised $100. So... yay! Congrats, thank you guys. If you guys don't know, this month is going to be December. We're doing a one-shot every Friday during the month of December. We've got all kinds of cool stuff going on there. It's all of the money that we raise is going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and everyone who donates is going to be entered to win one of a huge prize pool that we're putting together. So tons of prizes, some great stuff. The Tiltify link is already up on Twitter, where you guys have already donated like $100 before we've even started. But the first game is actually kicking off on the 8th. The information is on Twitter. I'm going to be in the DM seat. And then we've got Margaret Crone. She's a friend of mine, an esports caster, and a lovely person. Random Tuesday, who I'm finally getting a chance to play with. Lauren is a friend of the show and a great DM and just an awesome person in her own right. And then Dr. Meg Connell from Clinical Role. She uses D&D as part of her psychotherapy and mental health, recovery program. And also then Darcy L. Ross from Monty Cook Games. That's going to be the cast for the first game, and it's going to be a ton of fun. That's going to be on the 8th as the first thing in our Dice-Cember charity. Thank you, Aura's Lover, or Serious Lover? I don't know. I can't read Twitch names, okay, guys? So don't hurt me. Thank you for following my friend, and welcome to the madness. Also, I wanted to say thank you to Lucky King Crab and Lash LaRue for following. Thank you guys. Lauren the Oboist? No, that's Obo Crazy. She's going to be dungeon mastering on the 29th. Lauren, as in Random Tuesday, who is, she's a cosplayer. She used to DM for Hyper RPG. Now she DMs and plays over on Geek Space TV and on her own channel. And she's just awesome. Valen Shade, thank you for joining us. Thank you for following, and welcome to the madness, my friend.
Sorry.
Is he your friend? Do you know him? Are you responsible for him?
He's so I've been role playing in Arc RP.
Okay.
And I took character inspiration from both the Wolf Girl in Glow and from Brienne. And I pulled San from Princess Mononoke, and now I'm playing a girl that was raised by wolves, still think she's partially a wolf. And Valen Shade plays essentially a wolf tamer / breeder who she has fallen in love with in character. So it's really cute.
Chill.
It's super cute.
I haven't probably because I don't have any free time, but I want the RP stuff seemed really cool. It's just I never knew how to get started. And also, I tried to play those survival games like Ark and stuff, and I'm I don't like this.
It's definitely, so I have about 300 hours in Ark, which is a lot of time for me, especially because I don't spend a lot of time dedicated to one game extensively. So, and even with my experience in the game, I'm still super people are just popping things up and know instantly how to do stuff, and I'm the person that's just whistling the wrong commands and making all the animals go crazy and all sorts of stuff. And it's definitely one of those games that's you should be comfortable because role playing in the game is already going to be uncomfortable if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
So be comfortable with the game before you dive in and do that, because otherwise you're just in there like me going, I don't want to do anything because I will mess it up, But you're 6 hours away from 2,000 hours in Argvallen.
I have 5,700 hours in Path of Exile, and most of that is AFK time. Because I leave games running when I'm not doing, like, I just have a habit of leaving things running and going to, like, work and just all that stuff, so it looks like I play a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I had at least 3 to 4 years of my lifetime in Ragnarok Online and World of Warcraft, but those are the two games that probably.
I wish I knew how much World of Warcraft time I had. I wish there was a way for me to,
You
like,
used
check.
to be able to go and check. Like,
I know.
in-game.
Well, you can't if you
Yeah.
haven't logged into the game in, like, 2 years.
Yeah.
I played that game from beta all the way up through, like, whatever the last expansion was.
I was vanilla all the way through Cataclysm, and then I quit. Well, Mist
Man,
came out,
it's-
and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Path of Exile is good, and I am super, super excited to start streaming a little bit of it when they drop that new expansion in a couple days. Maybe I'll dedicate some time to it, because I
Nice.
don't do video game streams anymore. I don't have any time.
I
Oh.
can't fall in love with point and click games anymore. Like, I can't do it. And Ragnarok Online, the one that I spent like half my life dedicated to, was a point and click, but like I can't anymore.
I don't know, man.
It's
I just
so strange.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
like,
you're
I
talking
know
about
that
specifically about
feeling.
like the ARPG style games. I get it. Path of Exile is just one of those things where, like, I don't know, the chase for, like, I got hardcore into making money in that game. Like, literally, I have a program that scans the trade site for underpriced items that I can flip for a little bit of money. Like, I just leave that running while I'm doing other stuff. It's weird.
Sweet.
Oh, Myth, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, Myth.
Ooh.
I AFK'd and I was like, we have guests, so.
Surprise, surprise.
Wait, in your house? Oh,
Yeah.
did I just shouted out Myth? That's not a person. There we go.
There we go.
Is that the bronze girl? The
Something like that.
Is that the
Babu?
Babu?
Is it
The
the?
one and only?
All right. Are we all good? Where were we? We were doing a thing. Welcome back, people.
We were.
We getting back to that wall, bro.
So,
Yeah.
I guess we're still in the player's turn.
Technically, yeah. We've got a lot of checks
Technically,
to
yeah.
go through.
I don't know. We could try to like bust through them because I know you probably have like.
So hold on, wait. Just so I
Three-
spent a scout check to set up the
Yes.
ambush, and I spent a check to get us back. So I'm out of checks.
Yeah, and then we spent one check to do the fight. That's one of Brienne's checks, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that
So we
that
have
count as one?
2, 3. Yes, it does.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So we have 3 checks left.
Yeah.
Depending on what you guys want to do. At this point, you can sort of try to grill and Nivari for more information. You could try to persuade her for a certain course of action. You could actually, while you're still on the synth border, do a little bit more information gathering. I'm going to go ahead and say Quinn is working on a map like he was ordered to. We'll have him roll for it when he gets back. But otherwise, you guys can train. You can do something else that you'd like to do. This is really...
I think Junie's gonna go through all of the stuff that Manners brought back and scrape together some herbs that she's been gathering and try to make a fulfilling brew to help relax everybody that's hungry and thirsty that we still have. So,
Oh, that's so smart. What skill are you going to use for that?
I have brewer.
Brewer. So here's what we'll do.
What if
You're
Manners gathered a
making-
bunch of junk?
I mean, I've been collecting herbs like this entire mission, so at least it'll taste
Oh.
okay.
So I'll go ahead and say it's going to be obstacle 3.
Okay.
You're going to have +1 with Manners' help because we're going to count that as gear. He's a little curious about you actually because you're tinier than the rest of them and you don't have a cloak.
I'm
So,
not a baby, don't eat me.
He says, "Are you sure?"
Pretty sure I don't taste very good. Yeah, no, pretty bad.
You're pretty scary too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're not a wool though. A wool.
I'm not a no-woo. Nope.
A wool.
What
What are you doing with my stuff?
Oh, yeah, you'll get more marbles. Scary, gathering stuff and running off. It's fine. It's fine.
What are you making? And he sticks his beak in your little cauldron that you're mixing stuff together.
Apparently, I'm making a bit of crow stew right now, so might hurt a little bit.
Then he pulls back. He doesn't like it.
Yeah. No clues.
He's
No
very
clues.
literal, Junie. Speaking of manners, we're gonna put you on a vegetarian diet.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Vegetables.
Yeah, look, I made you some jam.
Jam? But I already got you out of the jam.
Ba, ba, ba.
Got some jam in my stores. You want to try some of that?
He starts
take-
looking away.
I would take a big spoonful of it and just start to like rub it on his face and his beak.
You're like that person trying to give the dog the pill with the peanut
Yeah.
butter, so just putting it on its
Yeah.
face until she licks it off.
Yeah, look.
He's not so interested in the flavor or what you're trying to make him eat, but he likes the fact that you're sort of like being attentive to him and sort of like trying to appease him.
Kitty.
So
Mhm.
he humors you just for this. But he's still very petty about it. He's sort of like, "Murr, murr,
What about some grubs?
murr,
Mm.
grub,
Yeah, I got
squishy."
Yeah, they're kind of old. They're a little stale. I don't know how squishy they are, but I don't think you're very picky.
Crunchy.
Yeah, crunchy.
Peck.
Crunchy
Peck,
grubs.
Peck.
Yep.
And,
See?
and then he starts like picking them up and like throwing them up in the air and like stomping on them.
Yeah, good job.
I'm
I'm
tough.
quickly trying to brew while he's distracted.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an
He's a
obstacle,
little pleased.
an obstacle 3, if you will,
Okay,
Junie.
so I've got the 1+ that you were telling me about. Do I get any help from
Yeah.
anybody else or by myself?
For what's the check?
I'm brewing. I'm trying to make a hearty filling brew.
I have
Something
I
to-
have cook.
That's true. Quinn also has cook. He'll help too.
Sweet.
But Askren, what will Tynan add to this?
For cook, I mean, I assume he's probably not great at herbs and stuff, and mixing, and like, but he's real good at like making, like, putting the soup pot on the fire, and boiling things up, and kind of, I don't know. He can make a little stew. He's not great with the ingredients. Like, she'll have to actually get the ingredients, but he can watch the pot and make
So
sure
you're
it doesn't
nice.
burn.
You're my sous chef.
Yeah,
essentially.
basically.
Ooh.
Yeah, basically.
I like it.
He's the guy. He's a saute.
No, you watch the pot. It's like the one chance that she could be in charge over you, since you're supposed to be my like my guardian. and
No,
all.
stir it more.
taking full
man.
advantage to be like, no, not hot enough. No, don't stop. Don't look away. Look at the pot. Look at the pot.
You called this dice? These are like
No, that's Julianne.
Put a piece of bread on either side of his sandwich. No, what are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Sorry. I think that's 6, by the way. So.
This is pretty amazing. And Nivri is just like watching this from afar. She's just like, ah. Go ahead and.
Hang on.
Oh, it's okay. Do you want to use a trait for this?
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's a pretty big failure, though. That's great.
So that counts
I knew
towards
I'm to the full D6. I don't know what I'm even doing. I'm sitting drinking my coffee more than anything. Let's do the rest of my 3D6. I think it's 3 that I have plus the 1 plus helping from Brienne, helping from Quinn, and helping from Askren.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I have
There's the
brewers left.
rest of my roll. Have fun with that.
Oh my lord! Why do you guys always
I had to
succeed?
suspensefully divide that up. It was like great, and then I was like, but really, I'm okay at brewing this. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you sort of had to try to get a rhythm with Tynan, and the sad thing is that Manners keeps bringing things that you can't cook. um,
You just see him like dropping off like a stick, like.
burr, burr, burr.
And I'm very supportive. Good job. That's so useful. Go ahead and put it in there, Junie.
Like putting
He
it in.
fluffs
your
up his
specific cup.
feathers.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll drink it. Sure, why not?
Poor thing.
Pecks at the
Okay,
ground.
Not the rock. Okay, we're not putting. Just pretend to put the rock in, but don't actually put it in.
You're just,
You can fool him pretty easy, actually.
oh, what is that?
Where? He
It's-
sort of like
I
looks
think
around.
No, it's gone now. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
I think I saw an awu, but it's fine. It's fine.
Oh. Wow.
So easy.
Wow. Yeah, but Junie, he's pretty impressed with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't understand it, but he says, "That's good. That's great. Wow.
I'll give you some when it's done.
Okay. What is it?
It's like a little brew. It's like a stew. Have you ever had anything like this? Like a hot liquid that's filled with good stuff.
No. Wow.
You'll like it. You'll like it.
Heck.
If you could hold on to your butt, I would tell you to, but you can't. So we're just
Tail.
gonna go with it. Yeah.
Pecks at your tail.
No.
Manners.
He holds it.
I'm holding a stick. Look here. What I tell you about that? What I tell you about that? You know what happens when you do that? And I wrap them.
God, it makes a clack,
Mhm.
and he like sort of. Unfortunately, like this has happened. He reels back like a horse and just sort of like circles,
Mhm.
and for a moment you're scared he might like just kick you and sort of send you sprawling, but he sort of knows better considering, who's holding the stick.
Yeah. Don't do
Okay.
that. We don't grab tails. That's part of the deal. We don't grab
I like-
tails.
I like tails,
Yeah, but that's gonna hurt Junie.
but I like tails.
Yeah, but you can't eat them.
Junie's like slowly pulling her own tail into her.
I like the possum tails.
Well, you can't clack at our tails. That's not what friends do. And to teach him a lesson, oh God, you know how like we do this with kids. I grab his tail and just yank on it.
Oh my god.
I
God.
I need to teach him a lesson. I'm not gonna yank it really hard, but I'm gonna grab a
Okay.
couple of his feathers and just be like, "Look, that hurts. Don't do that to people."
Okay. I want you to make a check to teach him not
Okay.
to
Alright,
do
let's
this.
it. Teach him not to snap off Junie's tail in his mouth. It's a pretty important check, if you ask me.
Yeah, dude.
Please don't.
Like
You don't have a
Like,
a
he
squirt
is-
bottle?
Oh my gosh.
oh man, I don't think that's been invented yet.
You can't just flick water at him?
He's a big bird.
He is a big bird.
He's not the big bird, if only. Jeez.
Oh man.
I have like Persuader.
Do you have Hunter?
I don't have Hunter now.
Do you have Lore Mouse?
No.
I know that you were learning Lore Mouse. I think
I
it
was,
will
yeah.
I think it might have to be a Lore Mouse check.
Okay.
Or you could try, because you sort of have this communication with him, you
Mhm.
could try to make some sort of intimidation check. Do you have like Manipulator or Deceiver?
I do have Deceiver.
Okay, let's use that as
Okay.
as a base.
All right.
Does anybody want to help?
Can I back up with like order? Like as if I'm kind of like backing up anything she says, like, oh yeah, no, I definitely have heard about this too. I mean, it'd be Deceiver too, but I don't know, maybe not.
It depends on what you say. I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
Like you're gonna have to back up Brienne somehow.
What would Brienne say though?
and it has to. Well, yeah. Maybe we should start with that. Brienne, you yank his tail feathers, and what do you say? It hurts.
And yeah, I'm gonna yank his tail feathers kind of hard. And I'd be like, yeah, it doesn't feel very nice, does it? Does it? Yeah, that's not what people do to their friends, do they? They don't do that. Friends don't yank friends' tails. And while I yank on his tail.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be like, see, and yanking on the tail throws you off balance. Do you feel off balance? Because I'm definitely feeling off balance with your tail in my mouth. If I don't have balance, I can't protect you if we get into a fight. Nor can I ask you for help if we get into a fight, because I will be frustrated because I don't have a tail because I can't even stand up. I can't even stand up, which is...
Yeah.
Manners didn't know.
You can't carry on like this. I've told you don't do it, and now we got to do this the hard way.
Manners doesn't like it.
Yeah, well, I don't like it, and Junie doesn't like it, so that's why you don't do it. But you don't see me out here just snapping up your tail. Well, Manners, guess what? Guess what? I like Crowtail. It's so good. Let me just grab it and not care about how it makes Manners feel.
No, don't take my tail.
Well, just because you like Possum Tail doesn't mean you could just take it, right?
And I'm not a possum. I taste nothing like possum.
But it's not got fur.
It
It's
doesn't
much shorter.
matter.
It's not going to be nearly as filling.
It's Junie's tail. Do you want to hurt Junie?
No.
Big doughy eyes.
Do you like how your butt feels right now?
Oh, no.
Exactly.
No.
You want to make Junie's butt feel like that?
This is where you need to roll.
Please save my tail.
I think it has to be a versus test, sadly,
Okay.
No.
because
Manners' nature.
yeah, his nature is fucking out of this world.
Oh God, I feel like
I'm so sorry.
It was worth a shot.
I
It's a
really
lesson
want to
he
get.
needs to learn, Junie.
I really want to give you the anger condition if you fail this. Okay.
Oh, I'll be pretty angry.
I'm going to be injured. Hello?
Okay. Okay. Manners. Yeah.
4 successes. Okay.
Okay.
I have,
that's
like-
all you have to be.
Okay, I have 4 dice. That being said, I do have at least 2 dice from
That's true.
the player's thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and add those.
You could also tap your nature if you need.
I could
And there's
tap
also
my
lots of
nature.
persona points that you can use.
Okay, so I've got 6 there.
Hmm.
And can I use my new hedgehog nature of being stubborn? I feel like this is
Abs-
my stubbornness versus his stubbornness.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I love it.
I just imagine like her and him like forehead to forehead just squawking at each other.
Well, no. She's got his tail feathers, so he is
Right. I
literally
mean after
bent
that. I mean
backwards.
they're like just yeah. I like the image
Yeah.
of them just shouting at each other.
We've got to, if he's going to be hanging out with us, he needs to learn discipline. It's not just about snapping at the tails. He's got to learn that I'm in charge. He can't be carrying
I mean,
on.
we'll say it's like, like 90% about my tail. Maybe 10% about being in charge.
Yeah.
It's my
Something
tail.
Like that. Something like that. All right. Good luck. Here we go. Boom. I matched it. Wait, I have to beat it, don't I?
Yes, you do, but you
Okay.
have a
I could
6.
explode the 6.
Yeah, spend a fate point, explode that 6, and maybe you can teach manner.
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
so there's 2 things we can do.
There's some rerolls.
Yeah, there are some rerolls. Do you want to use a reroll?
Yeah. Yeah.
Audience, this is important because Manners needs to learn to behave.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of an important one. He can't be biting.
This is what you paid for.
Junie's tail. Sorry, audience. This is where you're. I guess I'll spend 3 of them. Why not?
Hey,
I just
just
need
to,
one more, right? Yeah, yeah. I
yeah, you
don't
just
trust
need
my
one
odds.
more.
I'm still gonna roll 3. I don't trust my odds.
Oh my
And there we go.
Wow. Okay.
It would have been nice to roll those earlier game.
So because of the margin of success, you got 3 more than him. You're going to be able to teach him to not touch I almost said things that don't belong to him, but also people.
That don't belong to him.
Tails specifically, yes. Because of the two successes, I'm going to go ahead and say you can institute 2 extra rules for manners.
Okay.
So the first rule that you succeeded at is don't yank or eat Junie's tail or anybody else's tail for that matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1. Number 2, when I snap my fingers, I want your attention. It's got to be serious. We're having a serious heart-to-heart now. No flopping around looking for rocks. When I snap my fingers, you gotta zone in. You gotta listen.
What about straw?
About what?
What about straw?
What about straw?
Can I look for that?
No. When I snap my fingers for the next minute, you gotta give me your full attention.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, for the full minute.
Wow, what's a minute?
I'll tell you when it's over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And number 3, guys, what's number 3?
You could, Junie, you helped. You could make a suggestion.
Definitely keep using Quinn as your pack mule for your marbles.
But without touching his tail.
Yeah, no tail touching.
But
I mean, just maybe just a little. Maybe just a little.
just so he doesn't catch me.
I feel like his tail is extra sensitive though, so.
Guys, this whole exercise was about not eating your
All
friend's
right.
tail.
No, you're okay. Yeah, no touching.
No touching.
No touching friends' tails. You could touch evil people's tails, but friends' tails, off limits.
Oh. Okay. We're no friends.
Well, obviously not right here.
Gosh darn. Brah.
Yeah. And number 3,
Heck.
when we tell you that there's danger, you gotta just do your best to listen to us because we don't want you to get hurt. You're not strong like Brienne is.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Heck.
we say, manners, don't go there. That's a danger zone. You can't fly into the danger zone. You want to stay out of the danger zone.
Fly into the danger zone? Out, away from the danger zone.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. A woo? Fly a woo?
Mm-hmm.
A woo?
Away. When I tell you
A
to.
woo? Okay.
So 3 important rules, okay? Just 3 rules.
And use Quinn as a pack mule.
Yeah, I think he already does.
I like that. I like it.
Yeah, pretty sure he already does.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna edit the shit out of Quinn's character sheet. I'm gonna fill his gear up with all sorts of useless shit without him knowing.
Scary.
When Drunkly gets back.
Mm-hmm.
The moment when a hair tickles the inside of your ear and then it feels like there's something in it.
Oh, it's manners.
Was my brewing roll a success? Do you know?
Yes, it
My
was a
hobbled
success.
together. Okay.
Yes. So I say everybody who has the hungry and thirsty, you no longer have it. The question is, do you share some with Anivery?
I think so. Maybe not a large portion. Maybe a small portion where it's kind of like a peace offering ish, but at the same time, a little bit like you don't get what we get. I still got my eye on you.
You're not equal to us because you're a ferret and you can't sit with us.
No, more in the way of we'll help you, but I still don't trust You.
And also, you can't sit with us.
And we wear pink on Wednesday. So.
Well, your table is too small for me anyway.
No, our table's not too small. Your ass is just too big.
I can't come back with that. Mean girl.
Mhm.
Mean.
Brienne wins at being the meanest girl.
Alrighty. I think we have like one more check, maybe.
Should this be one that we use towards an every you think, you guys?
What's up?
Should this be one that we use towards an every?
Does never have any
It could be.
conditions?
I think everybody got their conditions cleared.
We could. Well, no, not what I want to do. So where are we at this point? Are we over the border?
Yeah, I'd say it's safe over the border.
Okay.
Couldn't you use this time for tender paw training?
That's true.
You haven't done that in a while.
You did cooking, but
Mhm.
I mean, Mouse Guard does more than cook
That reminds me. I
and
should
brew.
We're
do
good. I'm not very good at anything other than storytelling and brewing and healing.
Scout check, a successful Pathfinder check,
Oh, let me do my brew.
a successful nature check.
Mhm.
No, I just tap my nature. That doesn't get a check mark.
Yeah, you could if you tap your nature, but it's not rolled, then yeah, you don't get a check for that for a
Yeah.
pass or fail.
Just marking all the things that I used here.
Mm.
I think that's all I used.
Mhm.
Believe that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I use the last check? Do you guys? do
Sure.
that?
Oh,
Okay.
I used a fighter too in the combat.
Mhm. What do you
Okay,
want to do,
so
Judy?
Judy's gotten a little bit of a taste of blood with the snake. kill.
Yeah.
She had a great time today, smashing some toes
Oh
of
man.
a weasel. Now she is going to ask Brienne to help her train into being a fighter while we're camping.
Mhm.
I have no fighter, so it would be nice to have a fighter, or at least a little bit of it.
So, this is going to be interesting.
Because I'm the best fighter.
You're the best fighter, but can you teach?
Probably
Do,
not.
do you?
You are stubborn, so
This is going to be interesting.
What does
do you
what
have
does teaching require?
instructor? That's a skill.
Oh
Yeah, we-
no, I don't have that. I have a 0 in that. Can I learn
have
instructor?
Yes, you can. You can, but here's the thing. Junie asked Brienne.
No, I know. It was a
Teacher.
joke.
I saw her question.
Can you teach me how to teach?
Literally.
Teach me, teach. So Brienne, you do not have instructor, correct?
No.
It's a good way. This is a good way to start, though. What's your
Okay.
will?
My will is 5.
5. We're gonna clip that in half, and
Okay.
we're gonna round up to 3.
Okay.
What is your nature?
4.
Your obstacle is 4.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That's unfortunately how. Oh wait, let me check if it's your student's nature. What's your nature, Junie?
Oh, my nature is 6 total, but a 5 now.
Oh wow, I hope it's Brienne's. Oh no.
Is it yours?
I think
It's got
it's your will.
yeah,
versus
Because you're
my
going
nature.
against your nature to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's against her nature. Yeah. So her
Whereas
nature
my
is the
nature-
obstacle.
Yeah, my
Because
nature.
man, some students are just harder to teach.
Mhm. Mhm.
So you are trying to teach her fighter. Luckily, because you have the skill, you can do it no problem. But will the lesson stick? You have to get 5 successes. You have 3 dice to start with.
Okay.
If
Can
you
I-
are successful, she gets to mark down a test
Okay.
to learn
Can-
fighter.
Since I'm super eager to want to learn how to fight, can I use one of my player donation dice to give to her?
Yes.
Okay.
That's very keen of you and kind. And also looking out for your own interests.
Okay.
Knock one off there.
So, if I use, so she gives me one of her helping dice, and I have a base of 3, that gives us 4. Can I use my own proficiency as a fighter? Because I'm like incredibly proficient to boost it a little bit.
I'm
'Cause
gonna.
a fighter
What's
is
your?
4.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Yeah, I approve. I'm gonna say if you have the skill and the skill is like high, and 4 is like a good high skill rating. I'm gonna go ahead and say you can have a +1.
Okay.
It's like my nature is to not watch you, but you're such a good fighter that I'm still kind of like.
Yeah, you've got to sort of like keep her attention because you're still out in the wild, even though it's beyond the scent border.
Mm-hmm. And then can I also add maybe my stubborn trait to it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I guess it's at a 6.
Mm.
Obstacle at 6.
Oh, obstacle 5.
Obstacle 5.
Yeah.
Right, 6.
Tynan, do you want to help?
I also have fighter. I don't have
It's
it.
true.
I don't have any instructor.
That is okay because as long as you have a related skill, you can totally help.
Yeah, I'll tell her that swords are better than flails.
I feel like
All
that's
right.
out against my thing, but
If you fail it, it goes towards learning it eventually. So
I'm gonna in my head canon, the way this goes is Tynan is like, oh, look at these awesome sword abilities, and Junie's like, yeah, no, the flail is definitely
Just-
way
and she's and then Brienne's just like boom, like on the ground, and she's like,
yeah.
makes the lesson stick a lot more.
Yep.
even though Junie couldn't even like lift that flail.
Well, obviously, it's her first day in fighting. We're not up to weapons training yet. We'd be doing tumbling and holds.
Oh, smart. I love this.
It's like a karate demonstration. Like they bring
Yeah.
out the cool weapon tricks, and then you get in
Yeah.
the first day, and you're like, all right, we're gonna be
Can we
doing
Can we add
punch.
Quinn as my dummy?
Oh my god.
Just like arm lock him, and like when you
Can
need to
we-
twist
Like,
someone's
do flips?
arm, like
This
So
is how you get somebody in a
I-
headlock, dude. When you have them in this position, you can do whatever you want with them.
Oh my god.
and then
This is
you
how
re-
get them in an arm bar. You put a little bit of pressure here. See that face he's making? A little bit more, and it'll snap. We're not gonna do that.
not today. No.
I can just
I
hear
love
Quinn
it.
being like, I don't think, can you just, the whole time, just rambling. I love it.
I want the next session to start with that, please.
Should I do the roll?
Yeah, you can have Quinn helping dice now because you brought him into this.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That bumps us up to a more reasonable number. All right, Junie. I hope I hit it for you. Here we go. We
got
did.
this.
Just barely.
Oh my god, no way!
Just barely. By the skin of our teeth.
Judy!
We
Oh my
needed
gosh,
exactly
so-
5. We got exactly 5.
Okay, do you have fighter written down? Oh no, you don't. Do you have any checks in it?
No.
Okay, so I know that you have done fighter at least 4 times because you did the snake, you just
Mhm.
had the weasel fight, you had another weasel fight underground.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, unless you can think of any other fights you've been in, this might be
Mm-mm.
fight number 4. Okay,
Mhm.
you just need one more fighter test, and then you learn fighter at level 2.
Okay, so I'm at level 1 fighter right now.
Actually, you're not at any level
Okay,
of
so I'm
fighter.
at 0. I'm gonna
You're-
put 0 in there just to remind myself that I'm working on it though.
Yeah.
So.
But go ahead and put 4 passes just to
Okay.
sort of keep track of like, this is how many I need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Judy's like excited. She's like that kid leaving her karate lessons in the parking lot, like,
Oh my gosh, yes.
mhm.
Is she a brown belt, a green belt? now?
Yeah.
She's like fighting in her sleep.
She needs to learn. That's the basics. She needs to learn how to take a hit and deal a hit, and then from there, we'll work our way up to weapons training. She needs to
Excellent.
learn how to tumble just a little bit.
Manners is sort of sitting with his legs splayed out watching this, and he keeps telling you to peck, Junie. He's confused why you aren't pecking.
I don't have a beak. I don't have a beak, Manners.
We gotta peck. It's how you win.
I like how he gets really excited about that one part.
How about if you can go get me some bark to build a beak, I might pick.
Not a woodpecker.
That's Burtis.
And your name is Junie, not Brienne.
Just got owned.
Feel bad.
This is a valiant attempt, Junie.
Pack! Pack!
Okay.
Pack!
So we're not even like over the SIP order. We're gonna have wolves coming now because you're just going pack.
Yeah.
Manners is great, but
It's-
sometimes Manners, like, as Manners' sort of pseudo handler, I find him to be embarrassing sometimes. It's one of
Oh
those
my
times where
God.
I'm just like,
He is a crow.
He
Crows.
100% reminds me of the crow from like Rats of Nim. Like you're like
Oh,
tied up in
yes.
string and stuff, just like.
Excuse me, pardon me. Oh man, I need to get my Don DeLuise down.
I love it.
That's our last check. Junie, you're this close to being a fighter of rating 2. You're getting there. You're gonna get that cloak. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do before the player's turn ends?
That was her. How many? Was that your last check?
I think it was.
Then I think that means we're out of checks.
Dang. And that means I think we should give you guys some rewards.
Where? Just before
It's-
we do that, where do we act once we
Yeah.
cross the border? Like, where are we crossing specifically? Are we? Because we didn't go down to the spring, so that means we're about halfway between the spring and Pebblebrook.
Yeah, I'd say you guys are probably maybe like over here,
Okay.
or you could be further down south if you took that direction.
I mean, assume we would just make a straight line, so that's probably gonna put us about
Yeah.
halfway between the spring and Pebblebrook. Okay, fair enough. So then I guess would we sort of just sort of camp out on this side of the border? Or would we actually head to sort of the outskirts of Pebblebrook where the other mice, the other weasels and things are?
I'm certain that you could head over there because you did have survivalist as helping dice, so Brienne could easily find you guys like a fallen, hollowed out log or some other good cover until daylight comes and lets you travel more easily, or you could travel through the night. It's really up to you, and Nivery is following your lead for the moment.
If Tynan was pathfinding, he would probably take the tunnels because we know there are tunnels in here, and he is tunnel wise.
Okay.
So that's
and
and having a Nivery here is probably going to be a lot safer.
Yeah. In that case, you guys would have to go to this one right here.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. And then you can make your way over to Pebblebrook.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
So then we'll probably begin our next time, like meeting up with our group that we left there, because we kind of should see what's going on with them.
Yes, there certainly are a lot of pieces moving now. We'll see where they end up. I guess if you guys are ready, we can pop in
Yep.
the rewards and we'll move on from there.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, friends. As usual, if you acted on your belief in instinct in the past few games, go ahead and give yourself a fate point for each of them. And if you notice, maybe you're not hitting those just as frequently as you need to, you can change it before the next session.
All right. Yeah, this was kind of weird as far as goals went. I actually haven't written a goal since we went to the spring.
I feel like I'm like, okay, at the beginning of the session I'll tell them to write their goal, and then
Yeah.
manners happens.
Yeah, I wrote one before whenever you mentioned that we heard a Nivery And I was gonna ask if we'd all stop to do it, but I didn't. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
No, it's okay. I think I'll count like the disposition of this conflict as your goal for the session. We'll get there though. Did anybody accomplish their goal? Do you guys feel like if you had a goal to set, you definitely accomplished it? It's a weird way of asking it.
Well, my goal back at the spring was reach the spring and make friends with other animals.
You certainly
really get
made friends with
friends.
I
men.
mean, we made friends with a bunch of animals.
Oh yeah, we friended a crow.
A crow,
Crow,
and a
bats,
possum, and a ferret.
Friends.
Ooh.
It's close enough.
I gave her some soup.
It's pretty good. Well, beyond that, how about Brienne and Junie?
My goal was to Junie misses the taste of battle and to impress her patrol by helping conquer weasels.
That
I don't know if
is
I impressed them,
impressive.
but
Yeah, you did.
sweet.
You broke a toe.
Yeah, I was gonna say you whacked that weasel on the foot. You
Mhm.
impressed me with your bravery. I think my goal would have been probably to ascertain the fate of Anivery, since that was like kind of why we came out here.
Yeah, it's true. You went to the trouble
She's
of finding.
alive. For a while, we weren't sure whether she was or wasn't. So
Mm-hmm. Yes, and now she seems to have a lot of plans in store. Did anybody? I think that gets everybody a persona point for accomplishing what I would consider the goal. Someone to be. What was your goal for this session in the chat?
I'm interested now because
I'm interested.
usually
now,
chat
yeah.
doesn't have a goal, but if you accomplished it, well,
Well, we'll
good
see.
for you. You deserve a point. Give yourself a point.
I think the thing he tweeted us is probably what his goal was.
Oh, is it? Did someone tweet? I didn't see a thing.
Leslie, you're tagged in it.
Yeah, that's Philip Ripper. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Pretty great.
Oh, manners me. Oh gosh. Did anybody play against their belief, by the way? Did your belief sort of backfire against you in a dramatic fashion?
Oh, they just saw it now.
Oh no.
The-
Now I have to look for it.
Hold on, I'm gonna retweet this.
Great.
There you go.
In that case, we can go ahead and vote for MVP and Workhorse.
Sweet.
I think Bronze Workhorse.
Did I roll a lot today?
See, you.
Or would you be MVP for squishing the weasel?
I kind of think MVP, honestly.
The
'Cause you-
weasel
you
squish was
drove that.
epic.
Wham.
Yeah, you.
And you got manners back in control and saved my tail. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. I agree. Without bronze, none of this would happen. Just in general. It's just-
Without
I
me, we
never
would
would have.
a ridiculous crow that's trying to eat Junie and thinks she's a baby. I mean, that is also my fault.
Well, you shouldn't grow worms out of your butts.
Is that what he thinks they are?
You'll have to ask him.
Judy's like steadily
He thought
trying to like gather things to try to make herself bigger now. Like, I'm big, right? I'm
Oh.
big, guys. I'm not
I
a
like
small
how I like how when you told him you weren't a baby, he was like skeptical. Like,
guy.
I like how when you told him you weren't pregnant, he was skeptical.
well, that I don't blame on him. Like, you know, Bree's kind of a big girl.
I
and
just
promised
love.
him babies. He probably was like, "Oh yeah, she's probably gonna deliver." Any day."
Maybe he thought you were trying to put a ring on it.
She's fit to burst.
No, I think he just thinks I'm fat. Which you know.
It's better than Quinn, like fat shaming you for the first 2 days.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man.
At least poor Manners just thought I was pregnant. He was just confused.
Mhm.
Heck, it's how you win.
Oh my
That's how you
God.
win. So,
after that, everybody is. I think Tynan should get the workhorse because, gosh darn, you're pathfinding and scouting all to heck and back.
My rolls were pretty good today.
Yeah, and you're definitely keeping story on point. I think most of my rolls today were for me, not really for goal of group.
You were hungry.
I was thirsty.
And thirsty.
Hungry. I wanted to stab some people. Like, you know.
I like my favorite part was when Judy's like I got a taste for blood. I think I want to do more of this.
Well, yeah,
I'm like, oh,
like
okay.
Judy's like from a stump, has never really experienced the outside
We're all
world.
from a stump.
And read tales of legends,
It's
never
true.
actually fought or
It's true.
anything. So she's now had like 3 fights where she's like, "This is great." Like,
Got the adrenaline rush.
Mhm.
She's gonna be like a mouse thrill seeker.
Also, she's seen how well fighting gets Brienne like leeway on things. Like Brienne
Yeah.
throws her figurative and literal weight around, and Judy's like, "So that's how it's done." All
Is she gonna
right.
start? Wait, is Judy gonna start bulking?
Go into
She's-
a bulk phase.
She puts aside
No,
all the
no,
herbs and start eating like
It's
whey.
She's gotta get that protein.
it's her
powder
hedgehog
going.
phase. It's like the goth phase, but hedgehog.
You'll see her start trying to jump on everything. She's like crossfitting as we go places.
My gosh, this poor child.
No.
Poor child. No, she's gonna be ripped. It's gonna be great.
But I just imagine like her
But you
body
want-
is muscular, but her head is still like the same size, and she still has like the same voice. Like, hey guys. She's like an extremely muscular child.
She's like this little meatball with a head, like solid meat. Like,
Wow.
It just seems so wrong.
perfect.
Oh, I love it.
So proud. I can't wait for that last fighter to get in, and then she just like.
And then like
She goes back to her friend that she had a crush on back in her stump.
Oh!
He's like, "Who even are you?"
Whoa!
Like you go away for the summer, you come back like jacked and tan. She's like, "What's up? How you doing?"
gym tan laundry.
Yeah, like, hey.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that wonderful nerd mouse, and he wants to get into the mouse guard. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
Not after he sees what it did to her.
no,
Yep.
no, that's scary, yo.
She's like gonna go away like a little nerd into the military and come home like a 6'5" Marine.
Yo.
Oh.
But
Do we have anything else to dole out?
everybody gets a persona point for role playing today. Good lord. Oh my god.
Oh man. Well,
Well done, everybody.
I think that's it for us tonight, guys. Let us know what you thought of today's episode in chat. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for chilling and enjoying the show. We're gonna go around and we're gonna talk to our cast, our awesome people here, and get some thoughts and opinions from them about what's going on, how much they enjoy things, and of course where you can find more of them on the internet. Well, let's start with Leslie.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing over the
No,
Junie
that's
thing.
fine.
I'm just
My
gonna
name
mute
Small
is-
myself.
mouse.
Leslie or simply Jackson. I play Junie, our coming of age Tinderpaw. She is eager to learn and eager to impress people. She's used to being a nerdy little mouse in a stump, and now she's seeing the real world. I am a variety broadcaster. I broadcast creative. I do a variety of games. I've been doing a lot of Elder Scrolls Online, including my first raid ever in the game on Friday, and roleplay in Arc RP around Darkside RP. And we're doing a Christmas special all this month, so all sorts of goodies given away on our channel, including coffee, video games, and ornaments for big giveaways for big items later. So, also, I like Christmas. Can you tell?
I should pay you to decorate my studio because otherwise I'm not gonna do anything. I should green screen in a Christmas background.
Also, I'm gonna put this epic. This is the embodiment of my character right now in chat.
Oh man, guys, make sure you go check out Leslie's channel over there. The link is in chat. Go
It's
show.
almost like you were possessed for a moment there.
Me?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
with your
Guys, go check her out, her channel. Make sure you show her some love, and of course, thank her for hanging out with us every week. It is an absolute joy, and of course, her content is a ton of fun too.
Can I just say how much I've missed For's voice acting for like 2 weeks? Like coming back to this crow and the possum and Anivery, like 10 out of 10. Good stuff. Good stuff. Huge fan.
Oh,
Forgot how much I missed it.
thank you.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Oh my god.
I echo the
'Cause I
sentiment.
can't voice act for like the death of me. It's bad. I
Neither
can't do
can
it at all.
It's fucking. It's
Gosh
awful.
darn.
Mm-mm. I've tried.
But you do Judy so well.
Because Judy's literally me as a teenager, like the awkward kid who like rarely made friends and then tried to impress everybody. That's her. That's me.
Well, you do great. You do you.
Oh man. Of course, the other fantastic person here with us today is that bronze girl.
Hello, sorry, I'm tired. It's around time. I'm like, I start to crash. I'm that bronze girl. I am a variety caster on Twitch.tv. I stream super early in the morning at like 3 or 4 a.m. Pacific, 6 to 7 a.m. Eastern until roughly like noon. And yeah, play all types of different types of things. Get into all kinds of trouble. Can't even string a sentence together. Love today's session. It was super fun. Manners learned a couple things. I'm hype about
It's
it.
taught manners some manners.
I'm getting there slowly. It's an uphill battle.
That should have been the episode title.
Manners.
Uphill
Yep.
battle.
Just alternate titles. Oh man, guys, well, of course, make sure you go check out Bronze, one of the best and most entertaining late night casters on Twitch, and just a ton of fun. And of course, make sure you thank her for being here. We love having her. And show her some love. But last but not, you don't need to know about me. You need to know about Four. That is who you need to know about.
All right, fine. But first, let's talk about Elderwood. No. So, my name is Four. I wear bows in my pretty head, and Askern wants me to have a mustache. What I do besides that is play tabletop role-playing games like this on my fancy little channel called On the Forefront. Unfortunately, I got a job, but thankfully, that job is grooming horses and taking care of them. I work for an equestrian center, and it's sort of bit into my schedule deeply. So while I do usually do Mouse Guard community games where you can join and play and learn this fantastic game, and also like D&D and stuff, I unfortunately I'm not able to do it as readily as I used to, and I'm trying to figure out a new schedule to sort of like dedicate myself to it, because gosh darn, working with horses is like my body rejects the idea, but my brain and my soul is alight with utmost joy at this opportunity. So all I ask you do is follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, do the Discord thing if you do that, and keep in touch, because I do want to do lots of amazing, fun stories on this little channel of mine. And I love doing this too, and gosh darn, your guys are the best Mouse Guard stuff I've done in a long time.
Well, thank you guys. Make sure you,
Congratulations on your
yes,
new job.
Thanks.
And
remember,
happy-
selfies. Selfies. I didn't.
No, we have to live stream from the bar.
Oh yeah, we told Four yesterday that he should IRL stream from his horse stable.
Yeah.
Because who's
Like
doing
getting-
that on Twitch? Really? Who's doing that?
Who?
Nobody.
Who?
You gotta corner that market, man. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
I gotta. Oh man, I gotta get a GoPro or something.
It would blow up. You'd be the next lyric I don't know what Lyric streams. I have never, but
I'm taking over the esports scene with my
eHorse.
e-horse. There you go.
But it's a real horse. It's not even an e-horse.
Well, you can't touch it, but it looks so real.
Well, guys, make sure you go check out on the Forefront channel. Make sure you check him out there. The link is in chat. Go show him some love. All the Mouse Guard stuff over there. When he's streaming, you can get in on the Mouse Guard yourself, and you can have as much fun as we have here. I don't have anything else to add on my end. You guys know me. This is actually the last show in our week of content. We have been putting together at this point basically a full week of content thanks to you guys. So we do Tuesdays with the talk show, Wednesdays with the Daubers, our whimsical fantasy D&D campaign, which is amazingly hilarious. Thursdays we just started our all-female pirate campaign, The Razor Coast, and the first episode was goddamn amazing. I suggest you guys go check out the VOD. It was a ton of fun. I had so much fun with that, and the cast is just fantastic. Fridays, every Friday, we're kicking off on the 8th. I mentioned this before. We are doing Dice-cember, which is going to be a charity one-shot and all kinds of other stuff going on. We're raising money for St. Jude for Kids all month long, starting off with this month where I am DMing. It's going to be myself, Margaret Crone, Random Tuesday, Dr. Megan Connell, and Darcy L. Ross, all playing in a charity one-shot with tons of prizes and stuff at the end that you can what you can win in the raffle if you donate to the charity thing during the show. Brad Wood is going to be running a game. Jen Kretschmer is going to be running a game. Obo Crazy is going to be running a game. It's going to be fantastic. The whole month is going to be amazing. And then, of course, Saturday and Sunday, we have the Writhing Moon, the DM's Table, and Mouse Guard. So all of that stuff you guys can come enjoy. If you have not already, make sure you check out the Discord channel. It's right there in chat. Thank you, Newbie Doobie Doo, for the bits. He says bits by proxy. I don't know by proxy for who, but thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the cheers. I have a little beer left to do beers for cheers. And so the only other thing I should say is, if you guys enjoyed the show, and I sincerely hope you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button or checking out our Patreon. All of that stuff goes back to helping us make content on the channel and giving you more and more stuff. When we hit our first 10 patrons, we're going to start doing patron-only DM hangouts and chats. And when we hit our second patron goal, we're going to be doing patron and sub games. So all of that helps us produce more content, and all of that just helps you guys, hopefully. You can interact with the games, with the different tiers. It's just the best way to keep things running here and keep the lights on. That's it, man. I want to say a huge thank you to my cast. You guys are amazing, as always. It's a pleasure having you here. I am very tired. Let's find someone to send the love off to. Who's even online right now? Most of my friends are offline. Let's check the Dungeons and Dragons category here. See if anyone cool is there. There's us. There's this. You know. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Someone to be. Thank you for joining. Thank you, my friend, coming in with the subscription, guys. Raise a drink, raise a heart in their honor. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for becoming Dice Thulu's newest minion. Welcome.
To the madness.
To the madness. I can only do my Illidan voice. Sorry, I was looking for someone to host, and I lost my place. Let's hold Simply JXN. She's gonna be streaming, I think, right?
Me? Tonight? Get out of here. Do you need a suggestion?
No, I think we'll probably. I don't know. Do you know anyone cool? I kind of host the same people all the time, and I like to switch it up.
I mean, I have a friend who's streaming on the Dark Side RP server right now, but it's Arc RP, but it's still roleplay.
Sure, why not? Sounds like a plan. Like I said, I was
viewers right now, so I'm excited to give him some love. So,
ooh, let's do it. Who dat? All right, let me copy that.
I just put it 3 times in there. Have fun with that. I'm used to
All
putting
right.
it in my own chat. Like,
All right, I got it. Let me just open this right now.
You just
And while I-
default to like
oh no, yeah, let's sure, why not? Let's drop the host.
So
What's
right
up?
now, just to let you guys know, they're playing Dodo basketball in character, where they've built a basketball court and they have to toss Dodo birds into the basketball goals.
All right, well, when
shit narc.
yeah, guys. So why don't we let's show them the love. Let's show them the roleplay love. It's going to be exclamation point raid. No, did I do slash raid? No, cancel that. Oh, sorry.
Oh God.
I got to do exclamation point raid so you guys can see the command to copy. There we go. Make sure you copy that stuff. We're gonna drop a raid over there, and now let's do the slash raid. There we go. Start it up. Everyone, hit that button. Get on that thing. Copy the exploding dice raid, and we'll send some love over their way. That's gonna go off in a little bit. Make sure everyone click that link. We'll make it real hype. While that's counting down, I want to say thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to my cast. Thank you to our new subscribers and followers. Thank you to for everyone with the bits and the hosts, and Metamancer with the host before you, amazing friends. We will see you all next time. Thank you guys for joining us. As always, don't let Dice Thulu get his tentacles on you, because he might try and eat your tail.
Which is not a good thing.
No, it's not. We'll see you next time, guys. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.